Welcome to the Wednesday nights Fantasy Football Lounge. A couple special guests here. You all know him, you all love him. Ben Bartelt and the Chaz. First time you two have been on together.
Hell yeah.
First time for everything.
Yeah.
We all used to work together, so it's kind of a throwback to some of our shifts we used to have where I'd sing to these men at 6 a.m, just at the top of my fucking lungs. I do have some breaking news. I don't know if you guys saw. It's really not on Roto World yet, but James Cook missed practice today. And I guess like what's going on is Story just texted me about this. We just dropped Ray Davis, which is funny. And I had Ray Davis in like 18 spots going into this week, and then he just wasn't playing. So I still have him like 14, but apparently there's video of a hip drop tackle that happened in Sunday's game where he has a high ankle sprain. So he might be out for like this week, most likely, and then 2 or 3 weeks. And so Ty Johnson's also a dude you could look at, but I think what do you guys think about how would they divvy up these carries and the playing time here? Because Ty Johnson's a really good third down back, but Ray Davis, we saw in the 2 games last year, he filled in for Cook, was a monster, like catches, 24 carries, all that kind of stuff.
Well, I got to watch Ray Davis when he was at Kentucky. I mean, the guy's a freaking beast. All right. I love the dude. And obviously what Rob was saying, when he came in last year, it's a small sample size, yes. But when he came in last year for Cook, he performed extremely well. And I know last week people were like saying, Johnson outsnapped Cook or Davis like last week. I'm not too worried about that or whatever happened there. I'm worried about when Cook is out, which it looks like he's probably going to be out this week. And I'm expecting a huge Ray Davis game.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you, dude. I think it is good. Kind of everything's fallen in line for just a huge Ray Davis game, and got to rep Kentucky too, right?
Got to rep Kentucky, man, all the time.
Story had been like beating the drum on like Ray Davis, like he's fallen out of favor because we all expected going into this year, especially in best ball, he was going pretty high as a guy they were going to put in, use more. But they have actually been giving Cook more snaps than last year, and then Ty Johnson's been getting his, and they're not running the ball, as much with the ancillary weapons, but. Like we all love Ray Davis, the player. So I'm excited. And as a guy that has him everywhere, I'm pissed I dropped him in a few spots. And of course, right when you drop him, this happens. But, and also, why would they force James Cook? Like they're in the playoffs. I know they're fighting for that 1 seed, but like the most important thing for the Bills team, this is a championship team, is to be healthy when they get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And James Cook is look how bad the receivers are playing right now. And Dalton Kincaid's their best weapon. Like their best weapon is outside of Josh Allen. It is James Cook. And like give Ray Davis is a bowling ball, dude. Like give him 20 carries. I'm so excited. So anyone watching right now, if Ray Davis is sitting out there in your wires, get ahead of it because tomorrow I'm sure he'll get scooped up. But get him right now. Go right now to grab him and just see what the news is tomorrow. But it doesn't look good. Also, here's the thing: they're playing the Dolphins this week, guys. Like, is there any reason to put James Cook at risk against the Dolphins? Like, they can go without a single running back in this game. Play fucking me at running back, and they win that game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a blowout. The script is going to be having them running the ball a lot. There's no reason to start Cook at all.
Would you think Ray Davis is like a must start? Because, again, it's still unknown. We don't know. It could be a 50-50. But even a 50-50 with the early and goal line work, wouldn't that be like a top 20 running back?
In theory, you would think so. I mean, I think it's kind of at the point where you check the wire. If you find him, he's a must pick up. I don't necessarily think he's a must start yet until we for sure know about that James Cook. But
yeah, I would wait until Cook's officially ruled out. But if he's ruled out, I think he's a must start. I mean, terrible defense in a blowout type game where they're going to be running a lot. So
terrible rushing defense for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Quinton Judkins score 3 rushing touchdowns. And I guess my thing is if it was a tougher matchup with the combination of the unknown and tough matchup, then I'd be way less likely to be starting him with confidence. But, like, even if let's say it is 50-50, like, who's going to get the like, garbage time carries? Probably Ray Davis, not Ty Johnson. So you get that, feather in your cap there. Sven says, had to let go of Ibuka for Jalen Hurts in a super flex. In most leagues, I'm either first or second, but in this one, I'm 7th, 4 and 5. High upside wide receivers or running backs, boomer bust players. I think he's looking for, I don't exactly get the question. Jamison Williams is the guy. I think that's a guy to target. If you're looking for, a guy that be a difference maker, I'm starting him in a couple of leagues this week, and I like the matchup against the Commanders are dead.
Until he pulls out another game with 0 targets.
Ricky Pearsall just sent Ricky Pearsall and Godwin for Sutton. I mean, you just sent 2 dead guys for a healthy guy. I mean, like it's a weekend of Bernie situation there, man. Like Ricky Pearsall, like earlier in the week they said like it's cloudy on his near future return. And then today they listed him as questionable for the game. But I don't believe a single goddamn thing Kyle Shanahan says. So Ricky Pearsall, I don't know when he's coming back. And then Chris Godwin, what do you guys think? Chaz, you think week 12 at the earliest?
It maybe. I mean, hey, you said it best. You're trading away 2 guys for Sun. I know I'm the Sun guy, but I've low-key been.
You are the Sutton guy.
I've low-key been on the downtrend with him as recently. I don't know what Troy Franklin's been doing over there, but he's been getting like heavy targets, heavy usage. So it's definitely something to keep our eye on. But I'm still trusting in Sun. I mean, he's my guy.
Yeah, I mean, Sutton's awesome. He's been terrible. CK says he's a Cook owner. If he picks up Davis, he'd have to drop Spears. So I guess in your case, CK, maybe wait for him to rule him out. Problem is he might not be available by then. So I mean, if you have a winning record, it's probably not worth it because I think Spears is definitely, he has awesome like week 12 to week 16 potential where this might only be a 1 or 2 week thing for Ray Davis.
Yeah, but if it's an immediate need, then you almost got to go with the Ray Davis situation rather than Spears. Because I mean, if you're 500, you need that. You need the start. You need the points. I mean, you kind of got to go picking up Ray Davis and getting rid of Spears.
And you're also getting your handcuff. So there's nothing bad in getting a handcuff for your star running back, especially with a guy who is probably gonna perform when he's out.
And this time of year too, like I'm a guy that rosters these handcuffs all year long just because I don't give a shit and I want to have the league winning potential. But we're already past most of the buys, half of the buys, if not more. So like now it's time to start setting up, especially if you are a 5-4, 6-3, 7-2 team, to start setting up for the future. And you have your core of your players. Like there's no point in rostering guys like, trying to think of an example, like not Deebo Samuel, he's kind of startable, like Matthew Golden. Or, some of these ancillary pieces that just like, what are they doing for you? They're sitting on your bench and they can't really accrue any more value if injuries even happen around them. You want the guys that could go from 0 to 60, right? Ray Davis, like Isaiah Davis, Blake Corum, Tyler Algier. Yes, they're not going to do shit on your bench because you don't want to do anything. You're not starting them. You just got to wait for the times that you can start them. And this is a perfect example of Ray Davis this week, whether it be a 1, 2, 3 weeks a stint where he's a starter, is going to be like, I definitely want to start him over a guy like David Montgomery. Or like some of these other, like mid RB2s, like Breece Hall. Like, would you rather start Breece Hall this week or David Montgomery? Or sorry, or Ray Davis, if Ray Davis is a starter?
I mean, I would go Ray Davis. Breece has a tough matchup in Cleveland. I think that's going to be a tough game. I mean, the NFL is weird and where they just traded away, all their defensive players. Now it's like, all right, you think they're not going to score any points? I think it might be a weird game where they put up 24, 27 points. But I mean, that could be just something weird that happens. If I'm actually like really thinking about the game, it's going to be a low scoring game for both sides. And I don't see Breece getting any like touchdown upside, which is really what you need with him in a game like this.
CK says he could drop Otten. So if he's your second tight end and you have a guy, let's say you have Dallas Goedert or Ferguson. Well, Ferguson's on bye, but someone like a little better than Otten, 100% drop your backup tight end, pick up Ray Davis. You could probably just get him next week too. Breece Hall or Roma Dunze rest of the season, guys. Let's call it full PPR. Do you think Breece Hall will play for a contract? I think he's pretty pissed at that organization right now.
I think he just doesn't want to play in general anymore, to be honest. I don't know. It's hard coming off a game where Rome got just absolutely nothing. So it's hard to kind of trust that he'll be consistent after the start that he had. Breece Hall, I think, is, I don't know, I want to say the safe option on this pick. By no means do I think he's going to be playing for a contract, not with the Jets organization at least. In this scenario, I probably would end up going with Breece Hall.
Chaz?
Yeah, I'm liking Breece Hall. I think the Rome drops are kind of getting to Caleb. That's or at least Ben. I mean, he had a couple of drops last week. I mean, I know I was at the game, so I wasn't watching on TV about like how well the balls were thrown or stuff like that. But I mean, I remember during that first drive when he was like extremely wide open, and Cole Kmet it seemed to hit him right in the chest, and somehow it's a drop ball. And we were stunned at the game. We're like, what's going on here? And then that one in the end zone where he drops a touchdown. And I would much rather go Breece Hall rest of the season. I think he is going to play for a contract, just not with the Jets, like what Ben said. I think he's going to try and get numbers out there and look good for the rest of the season so that he can get a contract, a good amount of guaranteed money going to another team next year.
Am I taking crazy pills? Because Chaz, I know you were on the show when we were talking about, like, it was the same thing as the Quentin Johnson thing where Rome Odunze was wide receiver 5 and DJ Moore was wide receiver 40. And I asked you guys, I think it was you and Story or whoever it was, I was like, what do you guys think the chances are DJ Moore from this point on outscores Rome Odunze? And I believe, Chaz, you said 0%, even though you love DJ Moore.
Wow.
And I said like 40%. Because I was not buying Rome Odunze as wide receiver 5 overall. I wasn't even buying Rome Odunze as a top 15 wide receiver. And now everyone's saying Rome Odunze is trash. Like, I'm actually higher on Rome Odunze than you guys, apparently. Like, just because he's playing all the snaps. Caleb's looking better. And Luther Burden is an afterthought. Like, he's not going to come on this year. So, like, give me Rome Odunze. I just feel like it's much more of a timeshare there in New York. And also, the Jets are going to, unless they start passing to their running backs, they're going to be getting smoked in so many of these games. They traded away their 2 best defensive players. Like, I just, and Justin Fields, if he stays a quarter, he's just not dumping the ball down. So I want Rome Odunze in full PPR over Breece Hall. I still think Rome Odunze is a low-end wide receiver 2, and Breece Hall is like a mid-range RB2 at best. Is that crazy?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think it's crazy, but
yeah, it's not.
I just think Rome Odunze is playing all the
see
snaps on a good offense, man. Like, and they're just taking the stride. Like, give me the player on a better offense, I guess, is my thing. And the Jets are just, I don't want a lot of pieces of the Jets. San Antonio says, with no news on Bucky, would you consider dropping Benson or Tracy for White? Yeah, I mean, fuck, you should definitely have White. You got to have someone else, San Antonio. I don't want to drop Trey Benson, but like Bucky's not playing this week. Like, it does not appear he's playing this week. When is he going to play that? Like, these coaches, in particular, Todd Bowles is just an idiot with injuries. And then Kyle Shanahan, like, they didn't put Bucky on IR. This would be his 5th game missed. He's already missed his 4 and a bye week. Now he's not ready after the bye. Is he not going to be ready to week 13, Chaz? Or like, what the hell's going on here?
I don't know. I thought he was slated to come back this week, and then I mean, this is my first time because I don't have any shares of Bucky, so I don't really keep up with him. So hearing it now, I really thought he was going to come back this week, which is what
that's what they told us. They told us that the whole time.
And now, if that's not the case, I think that's horrible management of whatever the hell they're doing down there in Tampa. But I would go and try and get White because you don't know when he's going to be back. I mean, if they're just lying out their ass, you don't know.
All right, Ben, would you rather have Trey Benson or Tracy? Let's say you have a winning record. Would you rather have the upside guy for later in the season, but Benson might not be back next week even, but you got him for the end of the season, or Tracy the guy, but he's also losing work to Devin Singletary?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one because, like you said, if you need it now, you almost have to go with Tracy. I mean, in this situation, I probably would end up going White over any of them, to be honest. I'm still not necessarily too high on Trey Benson, even in that Cardinals offense, just because if Jacoby Brissett keeps starting, I think we're going to still see a lot more throwing the ball. Kyler, God knows what Kyler's going to do if he ends up starting. But I think immediately it's got to be between Tracy or White long term. If we hear news on Bucky and it's good news that he's going to end up coming back, obviously stick with the Bucky. But I mean, long term, Benson's not the bad play, but immediately you got to go with Tracy or White.
We were just talking about Breece Hall. I got a shout out to make to Matt, Sports Memes channel. Here you go.
You got chocolate in my toughness. And toughness in my chocolate. Reese's Cups. Protection so good, it's sweet. Available in Jet Mint, Locker Room Crunch, and Double Coverage. Reese's Cups.
Sports Memes channel, gentlemen, on YouTube. Go check it out. Subscribe to them, supplying me with all these awesome memes. And also, why would Breece Hall play if he's getting all this money from Breeze's Cups? You know what I mean? It's a good product.
Locker Room Crunch.
Why not?
Michael says, drop Joe Flacco to pick up Ray Davis. I have Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is off of his bye. I think you should try to trade Joe Flacco. Pair Joe Flacco with your RB2. Find a team that needs a quarterback that's struggling, that had Kyler Murray. Maybe a team that has Dak Prescott on bye this week. Get something for Flacco if you can. If you can't, then I guess you have to. I know it's coming down to the wire here someone might pick up Ray Davis, but I just wanted to give you guys all that Ray Davis information because I didn't hear about this with James Cook until literally an hour ago, and it's not really out there on Roto World, at least in anything I looked at. I haven't seen it on Twitter, so but it's pretty.
I've got
factual.
no information about James Cook at all.
Yeah, I've only seen the one play that's been circulating on Twitter about where he may have gotten injured, but other than that, there's really not much out there.
Alex says, should I trade away Derrick Henry for AJ Brown and Dobbins in PPR? If you need the depth, the deeper the league, the more likely I'm to do this. If it's a normal 10-team league, absolutely not. I want Derrick Henry, but I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on Dobbins? Because he's kind of losing a little bit of snaps. Harvey's looking better, and he's kind of more of a touchdown or bust guy. And in PPR, you're getting nothing out of the passing game from him.
Yeah, I think Harvey's finally kind of starting to look like what people were initially like drafting and thinking of him. I don't think he's all the way there yet, so that's where we're starting to see that slow decline in Dobbins a little bit. It's hard. We've seen that Denver offense just kind of not necessarily know what they're doing right now. I mean, they started out a lot of games very slow and then had to come back a lot. Like you said, 10 man, I'm sticking with Derrick Henry, but otherwise I do like pairing AJ Brown, and you do have the security of Dobbins at least getting you some points. Like you said, if he gets that touchdown, then it's a for sure good pickup, but I almost do like that trade.
What do you think, Chaz?
I don't know. I'm not that in on AJ Brown right now, and especially in a PPR league with Harvey getting a lot of that receiving work and how he's been looking as of lately. I feel like in any kind of format, I would much rather have Derrick Henry than those two. But I mean, I guess I can see where you're coming from. Where if it's a deeper league and you need some sort of depth, then yes, I can see why you need to make this trade. But if you're a winning team, I don't see the need in doing this.
Henry's schedule is also just fucking cupcake, man. And like they're gonna need him, they're gonna ride him. The whole worry, the worry with Henry is he gets game scripted out of games. And like I don't see that happening in any of these games. They might lose one or two, but they're not gonna get blown out in any of these games against the Steelers and Bengals and Browns. Oh my. All right, I'm gonna hit you guys with the intro, and we're gonna get back to all your questions. And the intro ties into something I want to talk about. I want to get your guys' take on this because it's pretty interesting. Here you go. So, gentlemen, keep on dropping your comments. We will catch up to them. If you need something answered right away, give me a super. I'll do anything for $1, honestly. I really will. Ben knows this firsthand. He's paid me a lot of dollars. So the Jerry Jones thing, man. So I got to get your guys' take on just Jerry Jones, the comments. Like the moves are one thing, and then the comments are even worse. The Micah Parsons trade, just all-time awful. Not getting anything really back. 2 firsts from a team that's going to be a top 5, top 7 team in the league. So the draft picks are just not worth what you think they are. And then, okay, the Logan Wilson trade was awesome. 7th-round pick. I endorsed that one. But Quinnen Williams for essentially the same price that you got for Parsons. So essentially what they did was they traded Micah Parsons for Quinnen Williams, but they did it in week 9, going into week 10. So they lost they pretty much gave up on the season by trading Micah Parsons because there's no way they're competing. They weren't even competing with Micah Parsons, let's be honest. And now they're like, oh, well, our defense sucks. Duh. And so we're going to trade almost 80% of what we got back for Parsons to get Quinnen Williams and only have they have him under contract, but still for only 7 weeks. Like their season's over. And Jerry Jones is like, well, I'm too old. I need to play for now. But you just traded Micah Parsons because you don't want to pay him. So dude, if you're a Cowboys fan, Chaz, what the hell what are you thinking? Like I'm freaking out. I hate the Cowboys.
I think it's been known that like Jerry Jones just needs to get his head out of the football operations. I mean, he hasn't made any great decisions. He hasn't gotten a team anywhere in 30, 40 years. I mean, ever since the 90s, they really haven't like been that good. I understand they had Dak. I mean, you really had like Dak, Zeke, CD, all those guys, and you still couldn't go anywhere. And then obviously after this year with what you've done with Micah Parsons, who is your franchise player, like it's a guy you cannot trade. You trade him for basically 2, I mean, as you said, late round picks that really don't mean as much as what Micah Parsons is. I understand that they should have given Micah, a huge contract, but it's just brutal. It's the same with Woody Johnson. These owners need to get out of the football operations. Let the actual guys that know what they're doing make the moves and trust what they do.
You agree, Ben?
I think it's just another showing of Jerry Jones being kind of an idiot. I mean, like Chaz said, him and Woody Johnson, I mean, they're the two just like way too involved owners. I mean, you could put Kraft in that argument too. He's at least, it's been good for them. Like him being involved, they've gotten 6 Super Bowls. Now they're on the success train again. With Jerry Jones, though, I mean, this is just another example of he needs to, like Chaz said, get his head out of the football world, get his ass back to the oil business. Because, I mean, he is just terrible with these Cowboys, man.
Or just
go back
hang
to
it up
oil.
and sit on a beach, bro, and drink fucking mojitos. Like, and Chaz, you made an interesting comment. Like, leave it to the guys that know what they're talking about. What's ironic about that is half these GMs, like the actual GMs that know what they're talking about, are also idiots. So, like, but they're still smarter than Jerry Jones would be because he's not a GM. He's not a talent evaluator. He's old as shit. And, I'll give him credit. The George Pickens trade was good. He made one good move, but maybe just sign Parsons. You make that good move, and you might have you probably have 2 more wins under your belt because they definitely win that Packers game. That's not a tie. You have that, and you probably win one other game. They probably would have beat the Bears. I'm just saying, like, they cost themselves the season with those trades. And Jerry Jones, like, he's speaking out of both sides of his mouth. Like, he uses, like, he does the things he shouldn't do. He makes moves out of spite and like emotional decisions, which that's not business, bro. You don't make business decisions out of emotion. And then like he flips 3 weeks later. Like he's like bipolar, dude. He's just old. He sucks. Jerry Jones, like, again, there's part of it he's a good owner because he does do a lot for his team. Like he's willing to spend the money for the most part. Like he's better than some owners. Like, the Chicago Bulls, for instance. We don't spend money on anyone, but he also is the detriment of the team because he does dumb ass shit all the time. Yeah.
The diddler.
Yeah, I had to just bring that up just because I heard that quote today of him just saying he's getting old. It's like you just traded away a 26-year-old pass rusher that's the top 3 in the NFL, and like now you have a defensive tackle. Whoop-de fucking dude. Do you guys think Quentin Williams is even good?
It's got to be dimension.
Like he's not that great.
I think he's really good. I just still don't know why like the moves were made. In my opinion, it really
think Sauce Gardner's good because like they had Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams and Quincy Williams, and they were like a bottom fucking 5 defense. So like, saying if he's really that good, he's got to make a difference. Man. Hey, if you're that good, you make a difference. And I didn't see a lot of difference. The last couple of years, I didn't see a lot of difference that Quentin Williams made. I see Micah Parsons on the field making impact plays, whether that just be getting double teamed every play and still getting pressures. I just don't see that from Quentin Williams. So I guess we'll see.
Obviously, if you put Quentin Williams and Micah Parsons up next to each other, Micah is the clear winner. But, I mean, he's still a really good player, and it's going to help the Dallas defense. The Dallas defense is still going to suck, but it is going to at least help.
Yeah, now they'll win 9 games. Congratulations, you won 9 games.
Like the Bears.
Well, I think piggybacking off of Ben, like when have you been watching the Jets though? Like are you
I watch the Jets all the time.
Are you sure
right
about that? Yeah,
I watch every game.
Funny guy.
What do you mean? I go back and watch a majority of every game.
It just feels like we're always watching the Packers on prime time, and that's why you're seeing Micah Parsons make those insane game breaking.
Okay, Chad's trying to discredit me on my own show. You prick.
I'm not trying to discredit you. I'm just asking, when do you watch the Jets? I don't know.
I watch at least. I try to watch at least. I don't know. I'd say the expedited version of the game, at least 20 or 30 minutes of each game afterwards. I watch Red Zone. I watched the entire Jets Denver game, which was the worst game ever. That London game, that was trash. That was trash. I didn't see Quentin Williams make one goddamn play. Just so you know, Michael says I have Ibuka. I hope it's not a QJ or Rome thing. Ibuka's fine. Ibuka's gonna be fine.
Do not worry.
They have no one else there.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Jason, what's going on, man? Thank you. Again, Jason will be on the show. Jason and J-Bob both give me supers. They are going to be on the show on Friday night. It's going to be a great show. Bucks fan, Eagles fan, and then a mediator here. Just to get in the middle of them. Jerry is focused on that $100 billion oil pocket, brother. Well, it's funny. He's got all this money, and I think it wasn't about the money with Parsons. It was about, like, feeling slighted. even though Micah Parsons should have been one feeling slighted. Like, he deserved to be paid just like everyone else, the highest paid. That's how it happens, right? The last one to sign is always the highest paid. We talk about these elite players. We saw it with Myles Garrett. We saw it with TJ Watt, like that, you know, and the next guy will be the highest signed, right? That's always the way it goes. And then it just keeps on going. And then the guy's unhappy after 3 years because he signed his deal 3 years ago. That's the NFL, folks. J-Bob, Ben and Chaz, the crossover we never knew we needed.
Hell
wow,
yeah.
Fine words. Chaz gets so happy when he hears these comments.
See, J-Bob, now just
I love it,
imagine
dude.
this trio at 6 a.m. every morning.
At 6 a.m, and Rob's wearing Radiohead or Buckethead. Buckethead.
That or he's
Buckethead.
just singing Whitney Houston.
It was Buckethead.
Oh, yeah. I'm playing Buckethead, which has no vocals, and I'm singing Whitney Houston to it. Love it. Sven, stick with Dart or pick up JJ McCarthy or Sam? Dart. We're picking up Dart. Or Sam. I would pick up Sam and have Sam and Dart because Dart's amazing in 4 for passing touchdown. Dude's running the ball over the field.
Yeah, I think JJ McCarthy's a little still just too inconsistent, too not trustworthy for me. Sam's not a bad pick, especially with that offense getting Shaheed too. But I mean, it's hard to go away from Dart because he's damn near the only person they have on offense.
You agree, Chaz?
Especially with Dart playing Chicago this week, I think Dable is going to be able to cook some stuff up there. And I mean, I understand, yes, it's kind of really only Dart there, but Dart just got the rushing upside compared to those other two guys. And yes, JJ McCarthy looked great in his last game, and Sam Darnold always has actually looked great all year. But in 4-point passing touchdown, I would much rather have Dart.
Yeah, he's getting a rushing touchdown every other game and then 50 yards rushing in the other ones. Michael says both Ray Davis and Rachaad White are on waivers. Who do I pick? Since we don't, I'm way more confident of Bucky Irving missing this week. And I guess it's also, if it's full PPR, the answer is just Rachaad White, like without question. But I think I'm going Rachaad White. What do you fellas think?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, Rachaad White can eat. Yeah, especially PPR, he's gonna. I think he'll give you maybe more points. But I mean, as what Ben said earlier, it might be a 1 or 2 week rental with Ray Davis, so you don't really know how long you're gonna get him for. Same with Rachaad White, but it seems like Cook may be out only just 1, maybe 2 weeks. We don't know what's going on with Bucky, so I would take the chances there with White.
Yeah, I agree with not knowing what's going on with Cook and with him and not even necessarily missing a game. It's hard to put any trust into Ray Davis right now. Rachaad White, like you said, Rob, I mean, full PPR, that's a no-brainer no matter what. Even when Bucky comes back, I know he's going to get majority of the touches, but I mean, we saw it kind of at the start of the season. Rachaad White was still getting a couple, like the third down touches, a couple of those goal line touches. So, I mean, he's not bad to pick up now and still even have production later in the season when Bucky comes back.
So Rachaad White's going to be more playable when the starter's back, because Ray Davis is not even close to playable. Like Ty Johnson is. So James Bond says, is Ray Davis the clear ad with the Cook news, or is Ty Johnson getting more points? Ty Johnson has more of a role in this offense when Cook's healthy. We all agree. You know, Josh Allen said it. He's the best third down back in football, but that is what Ty Johnson is. That's what he'll always be, as a third down back. So we have the 2 games that James Cook missed last year. We had 17 touches for Ray Davis in a blowout, and then 23 touches, and it was 20 carries, 97 yards, 3 catches for 55 yards. Dude's a fine receiver, and he's also a better pass blocker. I feel like he's really good in pass protection. He's going to be out there. He's going to be out there a lot. So we agree it's for sure Ray Davis, right?
Between these two, 100%, yeah.
Yep.
J-Bob, my man, my dude, where's Chaz's R2 hat? Well, Chaz is in Kentucky, so I'm sending them all out for you. J-Bob, you're getting one for sure. Blake's getting one. Mark's getting one. I'll figure it out. Like all the professional fanatics in the Patreon will get one. And then if you're a pro, I'm going to do one free one a month. I'll send out to you guys. So I got to just send those out. So actually, Chaz is going to be in town. That's why I'm just waiting for Chaz. Save me some shipping costs.
I'll be
you
in
know what I mean?
town in a couple weeks, and I'll be able to stop by.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Drop Fields for Davis. I mean, if you probably have a better quarterback, Fields might not. We don't even know if Fields starting this week. I mean, he better, but
I mean, he should.
You guys
should be starting, but
I would be starting.
I will say, with Adonai Mitchell being there now, I love that addition. That's that Sauce Gardner trade was amazing, bro. 2 firsts and Adonai Mitchell, a cast off, but he's a 2nd-round pick that is talented as hell. I love that. So I think Fields could be good, like for fantasy. He always kind of has been. He's had the like really bad dud games, but he's had a bunch of 30-pointers. So I don't know. I still like. I don't know if you have a better quarterback. Why are you holding on to Fields? What's the point? Is my thing. What's the point? There's always quarterbacks on the wire, right?
Always. You're always going to find some quarterback playable on the wire.
Matt, I didn't upload the new one, but I will because I do like that one. There's a new Brees Hall meme that's pretty good. Michael says, you told me to trade Dobbins for Olave 4 weeks ago, and thank you. Hey, usually it's people saying like they make it up like you told me to trade Gibbs for Ray Davis or something like that. Like this is a good one. I appreciate it, Michael, and that looked like a good trade for you because Dobbins is on the downswing and Olave has been as consistent as anyone this year.
Well, yeah, I mean he gets 19 targets a game, so
maybe more now. You got no Shaheed there, but you also have Tyler. You have Tyler Shuck there, who is just awful. Max says, "What's up, boys? Trying to trade for Lamar in my home league, but the Bowers owner is trying to spite me and trade for him. He's 3-6. I'm 7-2. Need another tight end and quarterback. Gotta drop 2 players. That's fine, man. Get Lamar. Lamar is like the perfect buy. His buy is over. Like for the home stretch, Lamar's gonna crush. He was not even healthy. I know it was against the Dolphins, not even healthy last week, and he played, and he has 10 days off for the next game. I feel like he'll be fully healthy by week 11. Who do you want rest of the season? Josh Allen or Lamar? Josh Allen or Lamar?
I don't know. I think I'm taking Josh Allen.
He's been inconsistent, man.
I'm going Lamar. Like
Lamar
just for the fact that they're 3-6. They're 3-6, and they have to win. They have to win out, and I could see Lamar just going on a tear, and he knows that he's got to go on a tear. And I mean, we saw it last week against the crappy Dolphins defense, putting up 4 passing touchdowns, and he basically got pulled in after the third. I mean, that's basically what happened. So I would go Lamar all day over Josh Allen for the rest of the season. I mean, it might be close in retrospect, but
now I always draft Josh Allen over Lamar just because of what happened this year. Josh Allen is indestructible, never gets hurt. But points per game the last 4 years, Lamar beats him every year. But like I'm just not. I don't like dealing with the 4-week injury that happens every other year to Lamar. But like in a vacuum, give me a 3-week sample size that they're both healthy. I want Lamar Jackson. All he does is throw 2 or 3 touchdowns a game and give you 50 yards rushing. Where like you have these games from Josh Allen where he has 130 yards passing and a rushing touchdown because they just beat the shit out of a team. Dan says, you guys actually think Barkley's hurt and is Bigsby worth picking up? It appears that injury isn't like what we thought it was. What do you think, Ben? Do you think Barkley's good to go this week? Like they haven't given us a lot of reports, but
yeah, it's hard because I think Sirianni's fallen under the category like same with Shanahan. I mean, just not giving good updates on these injuries. So it's hard necessarily to gauge that. I don't necessarily think that Barkley injury is as bad as we were thinking initially. I think the reports at the beginning came out and it was looking worse than it actually is. Wouldn't necessarily say he's like good to go, like going to be the same old Saquon this week, but I mean, I don't think it's necessarily going to last as long as they were saying.
J-Bob, another super from my guy J-Bob. He's the best. Guy dropped Garrett Wilson. Does he know something I don't? No, Garrett Wilson's probably playing this week. Even if you told me Garrett Wilson was out till week 12, let's say he was coming back week 13, I'm not dropping him. It's Garrett Wilson. He was a top 5 receiver for 6 weeks this year. Like, what are you doing? So do whatever you have to do, J-Bob, to get him. Take a dude out to dinner. Like if you have to, use your number 1 waiver claim. Do that. We have a $20 banger from Max. Look at this one. What a guy. What a guy.
Max.
Thank you, Max. Let's break this down for him. I offered the Lamar owner May, Sutton. Sutton, Chaz. Brace yourself. Drake May, Cortland Sutton, and Hendy for Lamar, Kamara, and DJ Moore. Roster would be Lamar, London, Collins, Waddle, Meyer, Tet, Moore. His running backs, CMC, Judkins, Hampton, Kamara, Charbonnet. I like the buy low on Kamara too. Like he's just dead to everyone right now, and it might be over for him. But like, can you ever get a lower stock than what Kamara has this year, right now, based on pass production, based on just still current talent? I feel like he's still pretty talented. It's just they're not throwing the ball to him.
Just not giving it to him.
So do you think? Let's see. He offered May, Sutton, So May's a great sell high too. I mean, because he's like quarterback 4 right now. So he's not getting much because Sutton's better than DJ Moore and Henderson's probably better than Kamara. But I want to do that, right? Like I could see him accepting this trade, but you would do that if to get Lamar, would you? Like you're selling high on Drake May.
Yeah, I would 100%.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. If for some reason he doesn't do it, what could you add in? I'm like, what could he add in? Not that I'd want to add anything else in, but you could add in Charbonnet. You know, like I hate to do it, but like if you really want that Lamar thing, you could do that.
You could, yeah.
Because you have all the depth.
I don't see much
London
else.
Collins.
Yeah.
London and Collins.
I think that would be
pop
best
off. I know
option to add
Stroud's out, but
yeah, I mean his team's already stacked. I mean, just go and get the QB1 for the rest of the year. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
yeah, actually, it's a
trade away
10-team
your
league.
depth
You're
there.
7-2. So if it's a 10-team league, like you said, you can just give up Charbonnet. Make it a 4 for 3, and you could pick up probably like Algier or something. You can pick up someone good off the wire. There's gonna be someone really good on the wire. Max, appreciate that, man. Thank you. What a dude. What a dude.
Yeah, shout out Max.
Let's see.
Go get Lamar, man.
That's the biggest dono I've seen.
Yeah, I got a $50 for the first one we did because Super wasn't like available for like the first 3 weeks of the show. So but yeah, that's the biggest I've had since then. So I'm eating good tonight. I'm gonna go to McDonald's and I'm gonna get everything on the menu and just get fat.
You getting Busch Light
See
too?
me be like fat bastard. No, I might get an IPA now. What's the actual last good thing Jerry Jones has done? I'd say the George Pickens thing. That was a good trade, finally, for once.
Yeah, but that's
and now they're going to pay him. They'll probably pay him, and it'll be a bad deal.
It will be a bad deal.
Shit things.
Jason has the actual answer was hiring Jimmy Johnson. That was a great decision, and like it was firing Tom Landry when no one else would have done it and bringing in a college coach. And he wanted the credit for the fucking the Herschel Walker trade, which wasn't his idea. I can promise you it wasn't his idea. Jimmy Johnson's a genius. But the point is he got credit through Jimmy Johnson because Jimmy Johnson would have never been there to make that trade had he not hired him. But that's not enough for Jerry Jones. He wants full credit on everything. You know what I mean? Like he wants the moon landing to be his idea. Even though, like, sorry to break it to you, the first moon landing was
you didn't know
fake.
That?
It was his idea.
I mean, even the fake moon landing was Jerry's idea.
Yeah, he's the one that produced. He was the one that directed the video.
No, you didn't see him on the moon too. Come on, Jerry's got his hand in everything.
Would you start Dart over Love this week?
I would say this
Love
week.
has the Eagles and Dart has the Bears.
Like, yeah, I mean, we just saw Joe Flacco tear up that defense for what in my league it was 38 fantasy points because I started him everywhere. So I would go Dart here. It's going to be a tough game for Love, I feel like, especially because his security blanket is now gone in Kraft. I know. I think that's going to have a huge, or at least a bigger impact than what people are thinking. Ben, I'll leave you to it here.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for you to bring up that Kraft piece. I think that's a huge piece of it. I mean, regardless who it's against, I think you might have to go Dart over Love just because you get that kind of passing and rushing attack on it. This week too, especially. Like you said, Dart, I mean, he's got a huge chance to just tear up that Bears defense. We've seen quarterbacks do it week in and week out for 9 straight weeks. And Love's going against that kind of tough Philly defense. So I do like starting Dart over Love this week.
All right, I owe 2 chugs here because by the letter of the law, any $20 super is a chug, and that also met the threshold of my 5 supers equals a chug. I'm a man of my word. So why I do this, you guys answer this, is if Garrett Wilson is out, do I play Franklin or Myers? And I think the answer is clearly Franklin with no Marvin Mims. But I want you guys to break down Jacoby Myers right now because right now the Jags receiver room is in shambles. I love Parker Washington personally. Where do you guys see the fit with Myers? And let's talk about Brian Thomas' injury. You know what to do. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. Like you said, that Jags wide receiver room is just in absolute shambles right now. Jacoby Myers, I mean, you would think he could step in and give production, but it's hard to go away from Franklin because Chaz, you brought it up earlier. He was taking away a lot from Sutton. So I think it's hard to stray away from Franklin right now.
Yeah, in the last 3 games, his targets, I know the receptions aren't there, but in targets wise, he's had 10, 8, and 10 in the last 3 games, and you have a crappy Vegas defense. I mean, especially with Myers moving over and then having to play this week, sometimes it's hard for guys to get the full playbook right away. I would go Franklin no matter what. But yeah, I mean, with or without Benz, in my opinion, I'm going Franklin.
We got J Bob saying, so I didn't really listen to a single thing you guys said. So, what is your thoughts on Jacoby Myers? Did you already say it? Was I just not listening? I was trying to pound those two.
Well, I was just saying that, like, he just got traded there at midweek. It might be hard for a guy to grasp the offense first week. I don't even know who the Jags are playing, but yeah, especially with a guy who's gotten 10-8 and 10.
They play the Texans,
and that's one of the best
yeah,
defenses I think
Franklin.
in the NFL. So yeah, give me Franklin all day, no matter what.
J Bob says Blake on the show after Monday Night Football, he will be distressed. So Blake is a big Packers fan, and we had this whole thing with Mouth and Blake, and Mouth saying that the Eagles are going to win 34-17. I think it's going to be a closer game. I still like the Eagles in that game by a smidge. I guess we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But I'll say this, Blake, if the Packers win, you're coming on the show. I don't want to bring them on the show after a tough loss, if that's the case. If they win, you're coming on the show with your dick out. And we'll blur it out or something. I need a big blur. I'm pretty sure Blake is hogged the fuck out. So just an inkling I have. I have a skill of that where I can just tell how big someone is. Yeah, I think Chaz is actually secretly like rocking a 7 bomb or something. Is that right?
I don't want to say anything online about that.
J Bob, Giants over Bears this week. Now we're talking to 3 Bears fans here. You okay, Chaz? I'm fucking funny. I know it.
I'm sorry.
Who do you got? Who do you got?
It's fucking funny. I know it.
Give me the chances.
No.
What are the chances? I know we're all saying the Bears. What are the chances that the Giants win? 40%? I got to get a drink.
Yeah, I'd probably go around. I wouldn't go any higher than 40. I think it's got a strong possibility to turn into a last week situation again, where it might be 40-30, and the Bears got to win. They got to put up 40 to win the game. I think that's probably how it's going to end up going. So we'll see if they can put up 40, they'll win. But otherwise, it might be the Giants this week.
Yeah, and I mean, I was talking to my dad last week, and I was like, because I was thinking, I'm like, man, like this is a game that we should win against the Bengals, but then again, we're the Bears. We are the Bears, and I feel like we still have to embrace the fact that we could lose games that we aren't going to or aren't supposed to win, but then also we somehow win games we lose games we're supposed to win, and then we win games we're not supposed to win. If I said that right, I don't know.
Yep, you got it. You got that one right.
But it's the Bears, and stuff like that has been happening this season. Obviously, I would like our chances to win this week, but you never know with the Giants. So I like 40. I can see all the way up to 45%, but we are definitely favored in this. Going into
who's the first pick? If we redrafted right now, who's the first pick? Now, Puka would be the answer in PPR, but he just gets hurt and leaves games. So I kind of can't put him in there right now. JT and CMC, it's between those two.
I was going to say, it's got to be Puka, JT, or CMC, either one of them.
Well, are we
talking
PPR or are we talking PPR?
Yeah, PPR. PPR.
Okay, CMC. Just straight up CMC. Like,
yeah, I do agree.
Yeah, what's crazy is that they
went.
PPR,
I'm going JT though. That might be I could see you lean JT or CMC, but half PPR I go JT.
Yeah, I do like that half PPR because JT, you get that touchdown like just boom with him. I mean, he's been going off for damn near 3 a game for the last 5 weeks, except last week. But
what do you guys think the chances the Steelers beat the Chargers this week? Chargers have a really beat up offensive line. Chargers are riding that high after destroying Danny Dimes, but the Steelers are still the Steelers, right? I don't believe in them personally. It's like a toss up for me.
Yeah, I think that banged up offensive line on the Chargers is what's going to hurt them. I do kind of see Pittsburgh beating them, just because we saw what happened with the Chargers when they haven't had Joe Alt. I mean, when they do have Joe Alt, they've been killing teams. When they have not had Joe Alt, they have been the team getting killed. So it's hard to go against Pittsburgh this week, especially coming off that high of beating Danny Dimes.
All right, a couple little ad reads. I got to show you this about the Ray. You got to see this picture real quick. This is awesome. This is Ray coming to a fantasy football draft. We couldn't get strippers, so we got Ray. You guys all love Ray. Right. But on the serious note, couple shout outs to make here. We got to talk about the Patreon guys. Got to shout all these gentlemen out. Specifically all the professional fanatics there. Love it, man. If you guys want to get in the Discord, got to get in the Patreon. It's up to 60 people now in the Discord. Super awesome place. A lot of other perks, though, too, gentlemen. A lot of other perks. You want to be a guest on the show. You want to play fantasy football leagues with us. You want early access to my bets. NFL, we're crushing. NBA been struggling, but we had such a hot start, 22-4. I got to rethink my inks there, but still way over 500. And early access to these picks. I'll give you one right now. Cortland Sutton, Thursday night. Chad's going to love this one. 53.5 yards. Now, that has gone up. Now, if you had the priority access, you could get it 53.5. It's now 57.5 yards. So I don't like it as much at 57, gentlemen. But you like that number, Chaz?
Hell yeah, I do. I
I
could see. I mean, as long as Franklin isn't taking away from Sutton this week, like he has been, I could see Sutton a big game. I mean, I'm not calling it. I'm just saying it's possible.
Link is in the description, gentlemen. Anyone wants to get in the Discord, I highly recommend it. It costs $2 if you just want to get in the Discord. Join this awesome chat. Or just Professional Fanatics on Patreon. That's how you find it. One other shout out. We have a sponsor on the show today. Got to shout out Trade Fan. 100% deposit match. You deposit $100, you get $200. Got my own tournament over there. It's a pick 3 longest touchdown scorer. Your longest touchdown scorer. Each player you pick adds your points. And there's 179 people in the contest. I think you win about $180 first place. Top 5 make money. Check that out. Promo code ProFan. Get that bonus for you, and it's just a different little spin on daily fantasy. Highly recommend it. Or supporting the channel here. They're helping me out, so want to help them out as well. Link is in the description for that.
Shout out
Trade Fan. Yeah. And then also, got the super chat beer chug here. So there we go. Every 5, I give a beer chug. Every 20, Max gave me a 20. I did back to back, a double banger. That's gonna get me here in about a half hour. That's gonna get me in a half hour. I'm pretty goddamn sure. And
hey, let's get another one before that half hour hits.
Just one of my favorite clips here is this one right here.
Here you go.
Absolutely love that clip.
All right, I'm gonna have to get the video of
That's vintage Rob right there.
Absolutely. I always struck beers.
Absolutely. I'm always looking for Jack Doyle.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, Ben, what are your thoughts on Kenneth Walker this week?
Kenneth Walker, I don't know. You might see him dancing around that field this week.
Get raid. Jason is a super here. $5. Thank you, dude. J-Bob. Blake will have that thing out when the Packers destroy the Birds Monday night. Yeah. And yeah, he might even show his butthole. Who fucking knows? I can't wait for that, though. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good Monday night game. That's the bottom line. Is both these teams need to win. I mean, losing to the Panthers, gentlemen, is just. I mean, here's the great thing: is I like the Packers this year. I know losing Tucker Kraft, my hero. I don't know if you guys saw. I did a eulogy for Tucker Kraft on Monday's show. I almost cried. I sung Bette Midler. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And they lost to the Browns and they lost to the Panthers this year. Now the Panthers are super frisky, and so are the Browns, but still bad losses, both at home.
Yeah.
They were both home losses. Rough stuff.
I mean, Panthers got back Bryce Young that game, so I mean, you're kind of hoping that the Panthers would have come out a little bit better than they'd been looking, but I mean, still, just to lose to them in general, it's a tough way to go out.
I think Romeo Dobbs was also in that sorrow there with you, Rob. I don't know if you saw what he was talking about, but he was talking like he was saying stuff about how he might have died or something like that.
Right. Yeah, because he was the heart and soul of that team. Max says, should I take a chance with AJ Brown or just play Ted McMillan this week? Eagles play Monday night. I think AJ Brown's playing, but Ted McMillan's a fine play. I mean, you could maybe even find someone else to bench, but I'm fine with that if you're worried about AJ Brown. We all think AJ Brown's playing.
Yeah, I do think he's playing. I think he's probably got a higher chance of playing than Saquon does, but I mean, Ted, like you said, cannot go wrong with playing him either.
Yeah, I mean, I would say AJ Brown's probably going to play, but I mean, Ted against New Orleans, I would never knock you down for doing that.
DB said this came in the show and only 11 likes with 27 views. It's at 36 in here now. Come on, fellas. Yeah, like the video. Subscribe. 7 nights a week. 7 different guests. 7 different guests. You get different perspectives on the show. You get my awesome energy I bring. 3 hours a night. I'm doing a lot of 3-hour streams, man. We're rocking 20+ hours live on here. Just you guys control the show, man. It's all your comments driving the show, and we answer everything. That's what we do around here. Super chat or not, I don't care. I get to those first. Obviously, you guys are paying. I'm gonna get to your question first, but I stay on until every question's answered, and y'all know I do that.
Except if you're Josh Allen's.
Yeah. Is Nico? Yeah, fuck that guy. Is Nico for Lamb a fair trade? No, we want CD Lamb over Nico, bro. I love Nico.
100%.
Nico's a great buy low, but we're not going that far. Bucky has a bad shoulder. He is running but not practicing and not doing contact drills. He had multiple. It was a shoulder and an ankle, or a shoulder and a knee. I know the shoulder was more of a shoulder and a foot, maybe. But like I think the other injury is away. But the shoulder injury, he's a running back. Like he's small. That was the worry with Bucky Irving coming in this year. That's why I kind of faded him. I have maybe 2 shares, and I have Rashad White everywhere in best ball, boys. I'm killing him. I have Rashad White, Rico Dowdle everywhere in best ball. Those guys are just fucking tearing the world up. Now Rashad White's been a little disappointing, but he's still fine where you got him in the 12th round.
Yeah, I think Rashad White is definitely you got to look at picking him up if you can anywhere right now.
Shout out Mark. Mark just got in here, #1 super fan of the show. I didn't see him on earlier. He's started his new job, so he's in here when he can. Love you, Mark. Appreciate you. Fields is a straight bum. He has been. He's also been in the worst situations anyone could ever be in on every team. So I'd like to see him in an actual
don't tell that
competent
to my
coach.
Fields jersey in my closet.
Jets also have John Mechie now. Oh, dude, I love John Mechie. Shout out, or not shout out, or I was going to say pour one out, but he's alive. He was a cancer survivor. He survived cancer. So, and a good one, unlike Lance Armstrong.
Shout out John Mechie.
That one bald prick. Fucking hate that guy. Jason, where is Meat Sweats and Acid? We call Ray meat Sweats now because on the stream the other night he was eating Chipotle. He must have had 2 Chipotle bowls, dude, and he was eating steak for like an hour and a half. Every time I look up, he's just eating steak and chugging beers. It was amazing. Here we go. Mark says, need a wide receiver for this week. Watson or Olamide Zaccheaus? I think it's Watson, right? Crazy to say that, but
I don't dislike going Watson here just because I mean we saw Golden supposed to be the downfield threat coming into this year, and Watson's been proven it time and time again since he's come back that it's him. And I mean, I think going against Philly, you're going to have those 1 or 2 down the field plays, and it's going to go to Watson. So I don't mind taking him.
You agree, Chaz?
This week, I mean, I wouldn't mind both. I could also lean Zaccheaus. I mean, especially with recent productivity against the trash Giants defense. I mean, I picked up Zaccheaus and I started him last week. It did me good against that bum Cincinnati.
But Luther Burden's
defense,
probably back this week, though. Luther Burden's back.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the difference.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not back.
Then
he's
I go
practicing.
Watson. I thought Luther Burden was going to be out again. So if Luther Burden's out, I would go Zaccheaus.
Agreed.
That's what I was thinking.
Jay Moore, thoughts on Ravens defense this week? I like the matchup. They're playing better. They need to win. They're ball hawks, man. Kyle Hamilton's one of my favorite players in the NFL. Love that dude. You think they're a must start, or like are you? There's obviously better options, but like they're not the defense. They're not our father's Ravens defense. I guess we'll say that one.
They're not the Ravens defense we're used to, but I don't mind the matchup that they have. And I think if there's a time for them to start becoming the Ravens defense we're used to, it's now, especially because they're 3-6. I mean, they're in win now mode, so they kind of have to pull their shit together. And like you said, Kyle Hamilton's a dog, so I don't mind starting them.
Vikings are, JJ McCarthy's turnover prone. That's just the bottom line. Flex 2, Loveland, Jennings, Hendy, full PPR. So Loveland, it appears Cole Kmet's not playing, so we can, have that in the back of our mind. I don't think Miranda Stevenson's playing, so you're going to get another 60% from Hendy because, Jennings is going to apparently get the goal line work, which is what Mike Vrabel does. He hates Hendy. Are we taking Loveland and Hendy, or are we taking Jennings and Hendy? It's a tough one. It's a really tough one from Jay.
Yeah, because I don't want to be recency bias here with Loveland, but it's a tough decision. I mean, Hendy's definitely in there. I will say that Hendy's definitely in there. Um, I'm gonna have to piggyback on one of you two guys on this decision because I really don't know who I would lean there without being biased towards Loveland.
What do you got, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to take all the bias out of this one. But I mean, with Cole Kmet being out too, it's hard not to kind of follow that Loveland train. I mean, we have seen his production pick up the last couple weeks, so he definitely is getting the ball thrown his direction. So I think as long as he's able to stay in that production lane and keep going, I don't mind going Loveland and Hendy here. I do agree Henderson's got to for sure be in there. With Jennings, you don't necessarily know what Vrabel's going to do. So I think you kind of got to go Loveland and Henderson in this.
Jay Moore, I would never sit Tyler Warren. I mean, he doesn't get the targets we want, but he gets 5 targets. He has 4 for 50, and he gets, he's only had 1 rushing touchdown this year. He's going to get another one of these weeks. They're going to give another little gadget play or a push. He's going to get another just free touchdown. He's already scoring a touchdown every 3 weeks. So, it's tight end, too. So, I'm definitely starting Tyler Warren as a top 6 option. So, if you have someone better, you can just flex Tyler Warren.
Yeah, literally.
Yep.
This is a good one. So, Tyler Warren or Kittle? Me and Story talked about this last night. It's really tough to start Kittle over Warren because Kittle's just blocking so goddamn much. And it's a CMC show right now. So, the targets just aren't there, and they're not scoring like Shanahan teams usually score.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they haven't just started pulling out the Wildcat formation and just snapping it to CMC and just letting him run with everybody blocking. I mean, that damn near is what we're seeing with just handoffs and just dumping it down to him. But for me, you can't go away from Warren with the way he's been playing this year.
Yeah, I definitely could not. I definitely could not agree more there, Ben.
We're going Warren for sure. Jaguars going to be a decent defensive stream this week with CJ Stroud out. Yes. You have Davis Mills, who is just, a top 40 quarterback, and that offensive line, which is a bottom 5 unit. And the nice thing is you're getting who's the linebacker that they're getting back? What's his name? Jaguars. They're number 1, they're middle linebacker. Right? I can't think of his name right now. Yes, Lloyd? Yeah, Devin Lloyd. You're getting Devin Lloyd. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I chopped 2 beers. You're getting Devin Lloyd back, which is the captain of that defense. So, that's a big boom for the Jaguars. He's missed the last couple of weeks. And you saw the production, definitely not just in fantasy production, but their real-life defense suffer. And he's the quarterback of that defense. And I don't know. Without C.J. Stroud, it's not looking good there. I think the Jaguars are definitely a top 10 option. It's gross to play the Jaguars.
We saw the level of competition that they were able to play at the beginning of the season. That was the first 4 or 5 weeks that they were leading, and
they had
everything
13 takeaways in 5 games, and that was then Lloyd got hurt, and they've gone away.
Then we saw it go down, but with him coming back, and with CJ Stroud being out, I mean, you got it. You kind of got to.
Yep.
Let's see. Brick says, "Fucking shout out Blake, by the way, the media manager on the show. Also shout out Ben, who is what do I call you? The
tech guy.
Tech guy? Yeah, the tech guy. I got a tech guy, the media manager. What the hell are you, Chaz? You're just the Chaz? That's all you are?
I'm just the Chaz.
Yeah, he's the Chaz.
I'm just the Chaz.
Call you Giggles. Fucking love McAfee. Hardly miss a show since 2020. You know what I love is that Blake loves McAfee and he loves this show. He compares this to McAfee, and I essentially impact McAfee, and I'm playing that role with all my guests. So I take that as a big compliment. I'm a McAfee. I'm more of a Joe Rogan and Bill Simmons fan. Those are my 2 heroes. But McAfee is fucking hilarious and just he brings it every goddamn day. And he doesn't even just sit down. He stands up. So you didn't know I stand up. I'm just really short. I'm like a midget. It's a little person. Sorry, I slander.
You very well could be.
Yeah, I'm hogged out though. That's her geriatric squad on my roster with Flacco. I'm about to pick up Rodgers. I'm done with Brock Purdy. What do we do with Brock Purdy? Because again, we're talking about Kyle Shanahan with Ricky Pearsall and Brandon Ayuk, and just not being forthright with injuries. And Brock Purdy, and the problem is with the Brock Purdy situation is Mac Jones is playing pretty damn good. He's getting the job done. And why would you bring back Brock Purdy? And it appears he's not going to be 100% the rest of the year with that turf toe. That's just a lingering injury.
Yeah, that turf toe.
Is he droppable? Are you dropping him?
Kill a couple people. I mean, is along those lines, just because, like you said, Mac Jones has been killing it. So I don't think they're going to by any means rush Brock Purdy back. So if it gets to week 12, 13, 14, and he's still not 100%, I don't see them forcing him back. So I'm kind of at the point where it's probably ready to drop.
I don't know.
J-Bob said those. Hold on, sorry. J-Bob said those chugs took it out of Rob. I'm fine. I'm hanging in there. I lost 5 minutes.
No,
time,
he's
right.
he's
Like I lost
losing it.
time.
He's losing.
Have you guys seen Butterfly Effect where he loses time? Or also another great movie is Primal Fear, where he fakes that he loses time. He says he loses time. I got shout out movies, but sorry, Chaz. Sorry for interrupting you.
No. I mean, I could see him trying to rush him back this week, but yeah, I would never trust San Fran with any kind of. It's San Fran and the Eagles. You never trust those guys with what the actual injury report's saying, because I always think back to before the season when Shanahan's like, oh yeah, McCaffrey's in the best shape of his life. I mean, they say that every year. And then the weekend or the Thursday before their first game, he pops up on the injury report, and I'm hearing a bunch of shit. And then now it seems he's the last 9 weeks he's been RB1. So, but I mean, it's a big game though. It's a big game that I could see them maybe trying to rush him back. And I understand Mac Jones has been playing well, but I think Brock Purdy is their guy, and I wouldn't drop him. I would keep him in the IR slot if you can.
The contract is the thing. If it wasn't for that giant contract, I think they just roll with Mac. But, Kyle Shanahan's proven this time and time again. He's going to play the guy that gives him the best chance to win. And if Mac is playing at the same level that Brock will be playing at, why make a change? Why shake things up? They're winning. Mr. Free Throw, my dude, do I dare start? Thank you, Mr. Free Throw. Do I dare start Loveland over Tiny Dancer at flex? Oh, I kind of like Tiny Dancer this week. Chaz, what are your thoughts on Kenneth Walker? We saw him take a step forward last week in terms of the snap share and just not giving up as many red zone touches. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's still it's still the fact that he's a tiny dancer. You can't he's not getting most of the red zone carries. Yes, he may have taken a leap forward last week, but Charbonnet's still there, and I think Charbonnet's the guy there. So I would go Loveland this week if I were Mr. Free Throw.
What do you got?
I know it's a bold move, but
yeah, if I was Mr. Free Throw, I'm riding the highway of Loveland, man. I mean, just keep running with him, especially if Cole Kmet's out. I don't know if I don't want to trust Tiny Dancer any more than I ever have to. Start Charbo.
Yep.
I am actually going Tiny Dancer, man. And like I said, I think I saw a turn in the Charbonnet usage of Kenneth Walker. I think it was post bye, right? It was the week after the bye. He finally outsnapped him. It was 60. I think Charbonnet played 18 snaps in that game, man. And they were winning. That would be prime Charbonnet 55% of the snaps. It was 33% of the snaps. I definitely think that it is.
But how many of those 18 snaps were Tiny dancing?
Okay, I just want you to think about this. I mean, I in games like that, I don't look at snap percentage or anything of that nature because of I remember I wasn't watching the game. I was watching something else. I think I was watching the Bulls or whatever. And I turned on the game and it's 28-0. So I was like, what the hell happened here? In games like that, I don't keep track. And if anything, they had him in the game more to take the workload off of Charbonnet because they did not want to injure their guy. That's how I'm looking at that. Because yes, he did get a 57% snap share, but I think that's more so because they're trying to save Charbonnet rather than using Walker.
I don't see it like that. And again, I've been a pretty big hater of Kenneth Walker. Obviously, I made the whole Tiny Dancer thing multiple years ago. I love the talent. I just hate how they use them. But I think we turned a corner here, and I guess we're going to see. I'm very tempted to play his overall yards this week as one of my plays. I'm beating the odds. Joseph says Kamara, Bam, or Singletary in full PPR. I mean, I can't start an Arizona running back, guys. I can't do that. If I'm going to do that, it's probably going to be DeMarcado, which I don't want to do. Singletary is number 2 there. Got a lot of work last week. And Kamara got 2 points last week. So Kamara looks awful, but it has to be Kamara, right, guys? It has to be. Because I'm not going to start Bam or Singletary.
Just from a talent perspective, I mean, it has to be Kamara. And I mean, you got to hope that he's just going to get more than 2 points this week.
Yeah, I wouldn't dwell on what he did last week. Just Arizona Cardinals running backs, and especially in RB2 with Singletary, like, you got to go Kamara, however people say it.
I just hate how it's between, like, why would it be between those two guys or those three guys?
It was between that and Muhammad.
Why the fuck would it be between that or Muhammad? Why don't you just pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on earth. Read a fucking book for one.
Kamara is the most commonly started running back in the world. It's just rough. Blake says hung like Manute Bull. He should be hogged out. That guy had the longest legs in the history of the world. He's like a supermodel out there. Eric says waivers are a wasteland. 12-team PPR in need of a wide receiver. Options are pathetic. Mooney, Kendrick Bourne, Tej Johnson, Alec Pierce, Darius Slayton. I mean, those aren't actually that bad. I have worse options in my leagues. Slayton's fine against the Bears. Alec Pierce has been balling. You know, I heard a crazy stat today. I got to shout out Matt Harmon. So Alec Pierce missed, I think, 1 or 2 games with a concussion this year. So in receiving yards per game, where do you think Alec Pierce ranks this year? I want to hear your answers. Receiving yards per game, not total receiving yards. He missed a couple games. Receiving yards per game, where does he rank?
On the team or in the league?
No, in the league.
Probably surprising.
I don't even know. 10. Yeah, I mean, the fact you're bringing it up, I would say I'd go top 20, not top 10. I think top 10 is a bit excessive.
Give me a number. I want to hear a fucking number. Give me a number, guys.
Okay, a number. I'm going to go... I want to say something. Okay, I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't really know exactly what it could be. Let's go 55. Is it above 55?
55 in yards per game? I was saying give me a number where he's ranked. I'm just going to tell you he's top fucking 12. Give me you took goddamn forever, Chaz. He's 12. 12.
That's just he's got to be like 10, 11, 12.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I think I know you did. So the Kendrick Bourne, no. Tej Johnson, I am very intrigued by. Alec Pierce and Slayton. I think all three of those guys are fine. Who are you choosing though? I think
Alec. I think I'm taking Alec Pierce.
They just traded away Mitchell. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the obvious answer that's just being shoved in my face as of right now. I mean, he's going to get more supposedly. I mean, they have to with Mitchell being gone now. I know Mitchell didn't have much, but he's really going to be stepping into that 2 role. So
yeah, I mean, my God, he's 12th in yards per game. So I mean, you got to take him.
It up. Thank you, Matt Harmon. I got to cite my sources on this one. Andrew Hernandez says, hot take, Raiders shock the world tomorrow. That's pretty hot. They're a 9.5-point underdog. It is Thursday Night Football in a divisional game. Give me the percentage chance the Raiders win. Is it 20%, 10%? It's not 0 because there's never 0.
Yeah, it's never 0.
1.
You think 1?
I mean, probably higher than that. 1%? I mean, maybe 10, 15. I'm not going too high on that. Dude, the Raiders are just terrible.
But we've also seen Denver sleepwalk through first halves and first 3 quarters of games. And eventually it's going to come back and bite them, right?
What has happened in the fourth quarter of those games?
It's just got to come back and bite them. You got no Patrick Surtain, no Patrick Surtain there. And I'm going to give it a 20. I'm going to give it a 20% chance. I know that's not super high, but what do you got, Chaz?
Every time there's been, it has to be double digits, right? As they're double digit favorites. I'm going to assume
9.5.
Every time we've seen that high of a number, things have gotten freaky. All right. Things have gotten freaky. I could see, I'm going to say 30. I'm going to say 30. I could see Vegas somehow pulling this out of their ass. It's outlandish, I know, but
30's fine.
It's
also the NFL, right?
I do agree with you with the double digit thing. We have seen that a lot. It just becomes a shit show once it's double digits. So I don't disagree with you on that aspect.
Logan says Bo Nix or Caleb Williams this week. This is tricky because they both have great matchups. Great matchups. I think it comes down to what opposing offense that these quarterbacks are facing is more likely to put up points, right? Giants or Raiders. And I think that the Giants are more likely to put up points in the Bears defense. So I'm going to go Caleb Williams.
Caleb fucking Williams. Bear down, baby.
Are you going Caleb as well, Chaz?
Give me Caleb, but I'm not going to knock you if you do want to go Bo Nix.
Nah, get
No,
Bo Nix's
but
30-year-old ass out of here.
I will say this,
I
man.
won't knock him.
Deciding tiebreaker is just don't start guys on Thursday night. If you have equal options, like Thursday night games, they've been better this year, but like we're due for a stinker, like a 23-9 or some stupid number where it's like field goal central, right? Jason, thank you, Jason. We are one away from another chug.
Hit the over a lot recently. So
Sundays
right.
and Mondays for sure. Thursdays have been better though. Usually they're really bad. Jason says Pete Carroll going to be smacking that gum. Raiders upset. I gotta get some kind of graphic for Pete Carroll. Like he's like a farm animal with the fucking gum. Just like how like they chew really slow, but he chews really fast. So he's essentially like a farm animal on like speed. Just like all tweaking out after a fucking night at the club.
He's just like that special teams coach from Pittsburgh. I don't know. They show him every game, every time they're in prime time. They show their special teams, the Pittsburgh special teams, and that dude is just mowing down some gum. And it's just like Pete Carroll. So give me Pete Carroll tomorrow night to upset Denver.
Thank you, Jason. You're the man. We're one away here. I'm gonna have to check another one. I'm a little buzzed. T-Verse, not sure if y'all talked about it yet, but how do we feel about Shaheed? I'm debating dropping Shaheed. Now, maybe that's crazy to me, like to most people, but a lot of people are saying it's a better situation. It's a better real life situation for him. But Torrey Horton ain't going away. That guy's got 5 touchdowns and like 30 targets this year. Cooper Kupp is still like a leader on this team. So he's going to still get snaps. They like Elijah Arroyo. They like AJ Barner. They have 2 running backs. And JSN gets like 35 to 40% of the target share. So, like, where is this going to be for Shaheed? Like, can you ever trust him? You guys think he's trustable? Like, it's a worse move for him in fantasy, right?
Yeah, Rob, I know we had this conversation during our morning after breakfast date the other day, but it's hard to necessarily trust Shaheed just because you don't know where he's going to fit. I mean, I can see a world where he ends up being wide receiver 2. Cooper Kupp takes a step back. Like you said, you still have a couple other weapons there. I mean, they also have AJ Barner. God, I love AJ Barner. But I mean, it's hard because you got 2 sides of the coin, one where he's taken over and 2 where he's just getting absolutely nothing.
I can also see this as just them getting a better deep threat as a guy that can take the top off. I mean, that's really what I'm seeing here. I mean, yes, he might be in line for some big plays, but I think it's more so just that trying to get more space for JSN, more space for Cooper Kupp or Barner, one of those 4 guys.
I think I said this on our dinner, our little brunch date, Ben. It's a better real life thing than fantasy thing. It's worse for him in fantasy. 100%. And then in the future, we'll see what happens. But like Torrey Horton's real good. He's really good. And I'm not going to drop him yet. I got to see how it's deployed. The first week, I can't judge it either. But I just don't see him playing like over 60% of the snaps. And also, I think they don't play a lot of 3 receiver sets. I think they're lowest in the league in 3 receiver sets. So who are they going to take off the field? I think they're just going to rotate. I think they're going to rotate, everyone behind JSN. It's going to be a mixture of Kupp, Horton, and Shaheed. And like that, I don't want to hear that. You see what they do with their running backs there. So like, we don't want another situation like Green Bay or even like now the Bills. That's gross. Very gross. Free throw, hitting the goal here. This is the 5th one. Another chug of lug. Loveland / Musgrave rest of season. Pearsall ever playing again? Dude, Pearsall is ominous. I don't know. I'm about to drop him in a couple leagues. I got to see what happens. If he's ruled out this week, I might drop him. I mean, there's a team, my $500 league, I'm 8-1, so I'm going to hold on to him because I don't really need the roster spot. But if I'm like 5-4, dude, like, do I want to wait around for a guy that I can't even trust the first week he comes back? And then we might have Brandon Ayuk coming back to muck it up, and they're just running the ball 30 times a game? Who knows? So Loveland or Musgrave rest of the season, guys?
That's tough because I mean,
yeah, we haven't seen it though with Musgrave. In my opinion, I would just go the safe play is Loveland. I think we just don't know if Musgrave is going to be used like how Kraft was as he was like pretty much that security blanket that could yak just everywhere. If pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Musgrave have that position before Kraft came and took it over. I mean, but it was nothing like what Kraft's production was. I do agree with Chaz. I think Loveland kind of is the safe play here. I think you got to give Musgrave a few weeks to see if he fully gets into that Tucker Kraft kind of Dalton Kincaid situation, or if it's just a just straight up just another filler at tight end for the Packers.
This is a funny comment from Blake. Panthers aren't that bad. They literally have the same record as the Chiefs. That's a fact. Like, just wrap your head around that right now. The Panthers have the same record as the Chiefs. Like, what a world we're living in. Way different tier of teams, though, for sure. Like,
way different.
The Panthers might win 9 games. Like, they could actually.
Yeah, but there's one man that has got them that record, and his name is Rico Dowdle.
Rico, we love Rico, man. We love.
And that
Rico.
is another Jerry Jones fuck up because he didn't want to pay him.
Oh, sorry, Blake. They did lose. Green Bay lost in Cleveland. Not that it makes it that much better, but I'll give you that too. If that was at home, those 2 games. Okay, Luca. Thanks.
And they tied.
Hopefully you ban this guy. You guys don't know ball. Only Story does. Story really does know ball. He's probably the best. He's the best in the business. I ain't debating that. I will tell you this. I have a way higher winning percentage on Yahoo than he does. And I'm actually better at fantasy than Story. He knows the NFL probably more because he's a college football guy. So he's like a college football expert that translates into all these players in the NFL. I'm not debating that. But in fantasy, Ben, you know the fucking truth. Not saying Story's amazing.
I've been hearing the truth for 10 fucking years, man.
Damn straight. Yeah, boot this clown. Luca, you got to get out of here. You do this all the fucking time. I'm done with this. So please stop.
Can't be hating.
I will say I appreciate you talking up my boy Story. So all that being said, I appreciate you talking up Story. And keep doing that. Just maybe talk up Story and don't have to make a slander piece. And also, Chaz and Ben know their fucking shit. Chaz is a goddamn genius, and Ben knows goddamn NFL football, okay? I seen it firsthand. I seen him someone rip someone's jawbone off. I seen it. Pineapple Express. I have to start 2 of these running backs, Vidal, Kamara, Walker, or Stevenson. No, I'm not okay. Well, you're fine. It's Vidal and Walker, or Vidal and Kamara. I think you're fine.
Yeah. Well, definitely Vidal.
Definitely Vidal.
Vidal for sure.
Walker over Kamara.
But like Vidal's in there for sure, and then it's Kamara or Walker. So what's the scoring? I know Kamara's not been catching passes, but if it's full PPR, I'll probably go Kamara. If it's half, I'm going Vidal and Walker.
I mean,
I've seen way worse options.
My argument for actually probably going Vidal and Kamara would be that, I mean, they just lost Shaheed, so I mean they gotta give the ball to somebody besides Olave. So you would hope that that production goes right back to Kamara. So I mean, in that sense, I probably will go Vidal and Kamara.
What do you got, Chaz?
Yeah, I would go Vidal and Kamara for the same reason as Ben just said. But I'm surprised you're not leaning Walker here after just talking him up to us for a couple of minutes, and then you just jump ship and go right to Kamara.
The thing about Kenneth Walker, I just think that Kamara is due for one of those games with Tyler Shuck playing where he gets 6 receptions. Like he hasn't had 6 receptions the last like 4 weeks combined. It's Alvin Kamara, guys. Like that's my thing. That is my thing, and I just feel like he's due. So Vidal Walker's probably the safe. And Stevenson's out, so he's out of the equation. Thank you again, Andrew. You're the man. I would say Vidal. You have fine options, so it's kind of scoring dependent. Half PPR Vidal Walker. I think full PPR Vidal Kamara. It's closer with Kenneth Walker because the Cardinals' defense is actually kind of stout. They look good. J Bob, could Breece Hall get 3 years, $36 million? I mean, he fucking better because. What did they sign? That's about what Chuba Hubbard got. He got a little less than that. He got 3 years and $29 million, I think. So, he should get much more than Chuba Hubbard because the higher draft capital coming out of college, more established, better player, all those. I mean, Chuba Hubbard just lost his goddamn job. He got RICO'd. We had the whole Wally Pipp thing. Could we just change it to you got Rico Dowdle?
You got Rico Dowdle.
Because it's the fact he missed those 2 games and Rico has 450 total yards. That's crazy. Because Wally Pipp, Story told me the whole backstory of Wally Pipp. It was a baseball player in the 1920s. No one knows who Wally Pipp is. We know the saying Wally Pipped. But Rico Dowdle, I'm making that a thing on the show. From now on, if you lose your job, it's you got Rico Dowdle. Let's go. I got to find a comment. I have to take a squeege pretty bad. So let's see here. And you guys can talk.
Is it bad if I got to say the same thing? Can we leave it? Can we leave it for Ben here?
You go first, Chaz. Go. We're doing bathroom breaks here. DB, meat riding at his finest. I bet Luca ain't even subs. I hope he's not actually, but
Nah, I
That's
bet
fine.
Luke ain't even
Fine.
like the vid.
Yeah, oh, he definitely didn't like it. He disliked it. I'm glad my boy Judkins is all right, and the bye was what he needed. Yeah, Judkins is gonna crush, man.
Shout out Judkins.
Yep, shout him out. I know Ben's an Ohio State guy, so
Hey, there is a reason for the color scheme for the logo.
damn straight. I have Cook. Should I drop Isaiah Davis for Ray Davis?
Oh
Man, so Story's in love with Isaiah Davis. I have Isaiah Davis everywhere. It depends on your record, T-Man. Like, if you need the win this week, and like if you're 8-1, no, I'd probably keep Isaiah Davis. But you're also getting your handcuff, so maybe do it. I think fucking do it, right? Would you say do it to get your handcuff?
I think you got to do it for the handcuff reason, and I mean, I get everyone being so high on Isaiah Davis, but that was with the forethought of Breece Hall's getting traded. I don't know. I don't like that anymore. Especially
Chaz, you want Ray Davis? If you're a James Cook owner, do you want to pick up Ray Davis or keep Isaiah Davis?
It really depends on. I think it really depends on what your record and what you need right now compared to what you need for the future. I mean, if you have to go win a game and Cook's out, go with Davis. If not, and I'd just go. Well, I mean, it's tough saying Davis, but go with the handcuff if he's out this week and you need a win. Go with Breece's backup if you need future investments and you're already a winning team.
We have Flacco or Darnold. So let's talk this out this week and then rest of the season because they're really close right now. It's crazy.
Flacco's on a bye though, so
okay. So rest of the season, you can call. So this is an actual like legitimate comment, like that we're talking about Joe Flacco, 40 years old, Sam Darnold, who was dead to the world for like ever. But they're fucking top 12 quarterbacks, bro. And even 4 for a passing touchdown league. These old crusty Flacco, and then just wash Darnold, who was just free essentially. And even the Vikings didn't want him. So where are we going with here? Was it Flacco because that defense is so bad?
Yeah, I mean, I almost do want to go with Flacco, just like you said, because that defense is so bad. Darnold, we've seen. I mean, he's got the weapons too, but Joe Flacco, man, I mean, with throwing a T. Higgins or Jamar Chase, he's gonna be putting up numbers no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it against trash defenses like last week, and then we saw it against even Green Bay. Well, no matter what the game script is going to be for them, trying to pass the ball and trying to score as much as possible, like they're not going to be. The run game last week was terrible, absolutely terrible. Like it's pretty much non-existent, if I'm going to be honest. And especially against Chicago, you should have something better than what they did last week. But moving forward, like no matter what, if they're going to be down a bunch, if they're going against a good team, or if they're going up against a bad team with a bad defense, they still want to run the score up because they know that their defense is going to end up giving up 35, 30 every game. So it's give me Flacco all day.
Addison and Troy Franklin, full PPR. Addison has the Ravens. Troy Franklin has the Thursday night game against the Raiders. It's a really tough one.
I'm going to lean Franklin on this, just with the past 3 weeks of production with 10, 8, and 10 targets, as I said before. That's kind of hard to look away from, especially with a trash defense like Vegas. So that's what I would be going with. Ben, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
I do kind of agree with that, just because, like you said, and we talked about it earlier with Franklin taken away from the targets from Cortland Sutton. It's hard to stray away from that, just because, like you said, he's been putting up production. But I mean, on Addison's part, it's hard to trust that, just because you got JJ McCarthy thrown to him. So I'm kind of with you. I think I'm leaning Troy Franklin here.
It's a hard name to say. It's Troy
a hard
name, man.
We all have a lisp now. Catching Wabbits. Wally says, "What the fuck is wrong with Rico? He's got a quad injury. He suffered that in the third quarter of Sunday's game, and he played through it. He had a second touchdown after that. I think it's a maintenance day. He's got to the point where it's a maintenance day because he's a veteran. He's the leader. It's like a Josh Jacobs did not practice on Wednesday. He's got to the Josh Jacobs status. Fucking love you, Rico. All my other guys are dead. I'm very, very sad. I lost Scatabo everywhere, and I lose Tucker Kraft, which is a heartbreaker. If I lose Rico,
Scatabo to the moon.
Wood. I'm retiring from the show and probably going to move to Mexico or somewhere that doesn't have football. So.
Well,
Sorry,
you
guys.
just
I was
gotta hope
talking
you don't
about
lose
wide
Rico now.
receiver. Wide receiver. We knew it was wide receiver Jennings, Jay Moore. We knew it was Juwan Jennings. We still want Hendy and Loveland over Juwan Jennings. They're just not throwing the ball there enough. He does look better. He's apparently recovered from his, he called it 8 rib fractures. I think he was just trying to fucking make himself seem better.
Yeah. Compared to Rick.
So here you go, guys. You read the question. I got to pee. I got it up there for Mark. Again, shout out Mark, #1 super fan in the world. Love you.
All right. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate the question. So can the Falcons defense be startable this week versus the Colts? I'm pretty sure I might lose this week anyways and want to stash Falcons. They have Panthers, Saints, and Jets coming up. Thoughts? Ooh, what are your thoughts on that, Chaz?
That's pretty interesting. Once again, thank you, Mark, for the question. I'm gonna go. It depends on like how much you really think you're gonna lose. Like if it's gonna be bad and you're. I mean, I don't look off projections too much, but if you look at it and you're like, okay, maybe you're gonna take this week off, taken out, and then you have to win maybe after this week. I would definitely see that. Yeah, I mean, they have their next 3 games with Panthers, Saints, and Jets coming up. If those are also must-win games for you, I would start them and just kind of forget about it, especially if you're already supposed to lose. It's something I would definitely do.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. It's hard, though, because obviously there's no ever guarantee that you're going to lose. So it's hard to necessarily throw in that towel before the week even starts. But I mean, those next 3 games after are just so enticing. You want to just be able to have that stash just to put them up because you know they're going to put up points against Panthers, Saints, and Jets no matter what.
I'm back,
Rob.
boys.
Rob, what are we thinking here? I'd love to get your.
Can the Falcons defense be startable this week against the Colts? Yeah, I actually think so because we saw a little bit of Danny Dimes come out last week.
Well, read the rest of the question. Read the rest of the question. He's saying he's going to lose this week, so he's trying to stash him for the upcoming weeks. But it's not even a bad game. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Just play him. Yeah, I think they're startup. I mean, dude, it's also team defenses. They're totally random. Like you could have a team defense give up, their defense gives up 28 points, but look at what the Titans did last week, right? They get a return touchdown and a fumble and a pick 6, and they lost the game. They got a bunch of points, but they scored like 19 in fantasy. So you can also have a team only give up 13, but not have a lot of sacks or turnovers and only get you 8. So it's really just a crapshoot. And if you're already saying you're going to lose this week, Mark, don't roster a second defense if you're going to plan on starting the Falcons going forward. I want the roster spot for a Ray Davis, for instance, someone like that. T-Verse, any hope for Kamara or Vidal? Vidal, I mean, hey, Marion Hampton ain't coming back anytime soon. So
it's his job for the foreseeable future, 100%.
Now, he's been real inconsistent. He's going to get you like 22 or like 5.
Yeah, I mean,
you want to start Vidal over Kamara, though, in the near future, even though I'm pretty optimistic on Kamara at least being like almost startable, I guess you'd say.
I think I'm leaning the Kamara just because, like I touched on a little bit earlier, they lost Shaheed, so that's got to be more touches that go Kamara's way. And the fact that Chargers' offensive line is so banged up, losing Joe Alt hurts so bad, especially to that running game. Because, I mean, they would just, wherever Joe Alt is, you're just running the ball behind him, and they'd have success. Now they don't have that, so I don't see that running game going anywhere right now.
100%. Ben, you have how much more time do you have left? I know you have stuff in the morning.
Yeah, it probably is my cutoff time right now. So I'm gonna leave
I'm a responsible host. I don't want to ruin my guys' mornings. Love you, Benny. Appreciate you. Me and Chaz will finish up here. And when Chaz is done, if I'm not done with the questions, I will finish up on my own, baby.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on for another little 6 a.m. shift here. Appreciate everybody tuning in, watching. Make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe button. Hit the link in the description. Get in the Patreon. Get in the Discord. Best decision you'll ever make. Peace, everybody. Appreciate you having me.
What a dude. Very true. It is a good decision. Thoughts on 2 recent trades from Griffin. I posted my whole team in the team section of the Discord. But trades: Pittman, Pitts, and Waddle for Bucky, Juwan Jennings in a second, and then Walker for Olave in third, and $15 in Fab. Those are complicated. Walker for Olave. I want Olave over Walker.
It's definitely dynasty.
Yeah. I get that one. Thanks, Chaz.
I was making sure that you were.
Pittman, Pitts, and Waddle for Bucky, Juwan in a second. Pittman, Pitts, and Waddle. That's too much. I want the Pittman, Pitts, and Waddle side. I mean, because it's dynasty. Bucky's a running back.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think people always forget how young Pitts still is. I mean, he could still be a viable tight end option in the future. And then for the Walker, for Olave, give me Olave all day. I mean, that's a smash. Like I feel like you should be adding more onto the Walker side to get Olave, but that's just hey, you're getting more on top of it. So
I'd agree. Troy, should I ride the Packers defense rest of the season or move on? I mean, they've had their bye. This is a tough week. So I have the Packers in a few spots that I have a really good, like 7-2. And I didn't want to start them this week. I want that bye, but I want them for the rest of the season. I do think they have a decent, top 8, top 10 real life defense and fantasy defense. So I picked up somebody and I'm benching them. But I don't actually advocate for rostering 2 defenses unless it's like 8 bench spots, which the leagues I have are. What are your thoughts rest of the season on Packers defense?
I mean, their schedule is definitely tough with what you're looking at it. You have Detroit, Chicago twice, but Chicago has been, their offense has been on the rise as of recently, and then especially championship week Baltimore. That might be a tough start, if I'm going to be honest.
Maybe I'm going to drop. Maybe drop him. I might drop him actually. Thinking about that. Thank you for that.
That's what I'm. Yeah, I mean, you have Detroit, Chicago twice, like I just said, Baltimore in the championship, and then Denver as well. With Philly this week, you only have 2 primal matchups with. I mean, Denver. I mean, you could say Denver's a bad offense or whatever, but I think they're just fine. So yeah, I would drop them actually. Looking at this
J Bob says Ben's the GOAT. Ben and Chaz are the GOAT. Story's the GOAT. Ray's the GOAT. I'm very lucky with my friends and the guests in the show because they're all fucking good. They all bring something to the table. They're all different. And then you got my clown ass here, just like as the constant. I'm the control, which is crazy to say I'm the control because I'm out of control. Thank you. Appreciate
I mean, you were in control at the club when I was there, so things rarely went wrong.
Drop Devin Neal to pick up Alec Pierce. I think so, just because Taysom Hill is involved. I don't mind Devin Neal, but Alec Pierce should not be on waivers.
Definitely, he should not be on waivers. If he's on your waiver, you can drop a lot of guys for Pierce. I would like a lot of guys over Pierce. The rest of the season.
Blake says literally the only 2 sports shows I'll watch are this show and McAfee. No shit. That's some shit right there, man.
That's
That'd
awesome.
be like if I had a different style podcast that was just with like different guests talking about nonsense like Joe Rogan. Not saying it's nonsense, but just like you don't know what you're gonna get. And someone's like, I only listen to you and Rogan. I'd be like, what? Like, really? Like, what? Same sentence as Joe Rogan? Fuck yeah. I'm in.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blake. Yeah. Blake, next year you got to play like 6 fantasy leagues because all the knowledge that not just so much that you're getting from us from the chat and everything. Like, we're so in tune with this shit that like it's gonna make your ass money. And you're gonna play in one of my leagues. And Blake, I'll probably just buy you in general just because you're the fucking shit. You are my media manager. Appreciate you. Ron, this week, who would you play on defense? Buffalo Bills or Cleveland Browns? It's the Bills for me. Man, that's so tough. They're both great matchups.
The Bills, I know Cleveland's playing the Jets.
The Bills have Miami, dude. It's like that's like the fucking first world problems right there, bro. I want to say just because the Bills look so good against the Chiefs last week. Now you got Tua. Give me the Bills, man. Just because here's the deciding factor. I like the Cleveland matchup better, but you also have Dylan Gabriel playing quarterback. Might get some short fields to the Jets, right? Like I don't trust the Browns offense that could screw over their defense. I trust the Bills offense, not going to screw over the Bills defense. I think that's the answer right there.
Well, yeah, I mean, and then also you're looking at it as the Jets are coming off their bye, so they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this matchup. So give me the Bills all day in that one.
What are your thoughts about the Cardinals defense? And I know the rookie Nolan, the defensive tackle, and I loved him coming out of the draft. He's like a poor man's Aaron Donald, dude. This guy is fucking all over the field. Pass rushing, stopping the run, getting his hands up and deflecting passes. I feel like he's changed that defense. They've been pretty good all year too. So they shut down the Cowboys at home, which were averaging 40 points a game. So what do you think about like the Cardinals as a sneaky play? Maybe not this week because they have the Seahawks, but a sneaky play rest of the season.
They're definitely sneaky rest of the season. I mean, we're going to sit them this week and we're going to see what they're going to do, but they're a sneaky play, especially if they can continue to perform how they just did against the Cowboys. So definitely something you might be able to stash if you have a lot of roster spots, but I wouldn't mind doing that.
We're talking I picked up Kincaid off waivers. You guys prefer Kittle or Kincaid? I'm going Kittle over Kincaid, but that's a nice stash there. I mean, Kincaid's a top 12 guy.
That's a great pickup. Great pickup.
You know what's crazy, dude? Kincaid only played 18 snaps last week, and he cried. Yeah, it was like 34% of the snaps. He had 100 yards receiving and a touchdown, right? I think he had a touchdown. I know he had 100 yards or 98 yards. Crazy, right?
It up for you, but that's 18 snaps and had 100 yards and a touchdown.
Mark, I'm a little concerned about Benson. I mean, I'm not concerned about his usage and workload when he gets the job, when he comes back healthy, but he's not coming back this week. Week 11 is questionable. So I could guarantee, I'm pretty sure we both guarantee that Benson comes back week 12, which is fine because then you have 3 weeks to ramp up for the fantasy playoffs. That's why I love Trey Benson. And the reason is mostly just because the other guys all suck ass. We've seen it. DeMarcado, Bam Knight, Michael Carter. Jason, can I get a brick flare? You know what that is, Chaz?
Are we talking about Rick?
No. Woo! That's what that is.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know if I can do that right now, considering I mean, things are going on.
You're a Salson. That's fine. I did it.
Do you want me to do it? You want me to do it? I can do it.
Yeah, do it. Give me a woo. Give me a woo. Soft one.
I don't want to wake up people that might be above me.
All right, dude. It's not that late. You're in college. You fucking Salson. My wife's sleeping.
That was a tiny one. That was a tiny one.
Jared, yeah, dude. Josh Downs is probably worth a pickup in general, man. He's crushing. And the fact they traded Mitchell, I know Mitchell wasn't playing many snaps. He was always kind of in the back of their heads, right, of like a fourth receiver. And Josh Downs is crushing, man. Again, a guy that doesn't play a lot of snaps, 60%. When he's out there, he's getting targeted, hyper targeted, and scoring touchdowns this year.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I just can't get out of the Josh Downs comments that we were getting earlier in the year. I always have a negative connotation with that dude.
Yeah. Colts defense or Panthers defense this week? I love the Panthers defense this week. They're against Saints. Give me that matchup, baby. Give me that one.
I mean, especially with trading Shaheed, they got 2 guys there that they're pretty much going to be able to go to. Give me Panthers all day.
Half PPR start 1, Marv, Brees, or ETN. I'm going Marvin Harrison against the Seahawks is tough, but ETN against Houston, no. Yeah, Marv looks too good. Half PPR. I guess you could say the running back, but against the Browns is not an easy matchup.
I mean, they're throwing the ball effectively now in Arizona. Like their offense, like passing wise, looks really good, and that's definitely a plus for Marv. I mean, the guy, we're acting like the guy's trash nowadays. Like he could still, I think he could still put up good numbers against good defenses. And
he's looking
with
great.
Brissett, yeah, especially with Brissett at QB. No, maybe not Kyler, but this week
Jay Moore, Santos or Badgley? What do you think? I'm going Badgley. He's so consistent.
You know, I mean, I always say this whenever we have kicker questions. I don't play in those leagues, but Santos is just not a guy that can make something over 55 yards. So
not even over 50, really.
Not even over 50. I mean, give me Badger all day. I'm just on a big. I don't know why we didn't even start Moody last week. He should have been our starter last week.
Big leg, Mark. Yeah, it's possible Shaheed's just a depth piece. And here's the thing: we've seen this from some of these teams. I think the Seahawks are going all in. We just see this. I know it's different with the Colts trading, but they traded a lot for kind of, in my mind, a questionable, not a number 1 elite corner in Sauce Gardner. Shaheed was not, they didn't give up nearly as much for him.
Elite.
This is just insurance and just another fast player to add to that already explosive offense. So this is not a good thing for his fantasy value. At best, it's a lateral move. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's more so just trying to get like the sprinkles on the cake, in my opinion. And yeah, it's more so good for NFL wise, but not fantasy.
And it's good for Sam Darnold.
It is.
Right? And you can say good for the running game too, because now you can't, when you have him on the field, Horton on the field, JSN on the field, Elijah Arroyo is pretty much a field stretching tight end. you can't just play guys in the box. So that's gonna be a really nice boom for the running game. Griffin, thoughts on Saints wide receivers? Is Olave about to be getting the Jamar Chase type of targets, 18 per game? No, I think he's going to maintain. He's already been getting to like 10 or 12 a game, but it's really, really safe now. And I think it's a lateral move because it was a worse move going from Rattler to Shuck, which was a downgrade for Olave. But now you have no Shaheed there, and you have Brandon Cooks and Devon Vele. I mean, again, I think Vele might need to be on some radars in some deep leagues, though, right? Like
I picked him up in one of my leagues. Actually, he was definitely on my radar, but it's gross. But I had spots open, so why not?
Mike Watson looks good, man, and you don't get Jaden Reed back for a few weeks, and now Kraft's out. I do like Musgrave, so I forgot the comment. I might have missed it. So maybe it's down in the future, but I like Musgrave. What are your thoughts on Musgrave, real quick?
I mean, as what we were talking about earlier, we haven't seen it, but yeah, I mean, with how much Love relied on his tight end, sometimes just to get out of sticky situations or just a simple check down. I mean, if Kraft has been that good, I mean, yes, his yards after catch was amazing, and I don't think Musgrave can do the same thing as that. But I think the receptions and the targets will still be there. So
yeah,
I wouldn't mind starting him every week. Especially over a guy. Would you start him over? Okay, this might be an iffy name. Would you start him over Mark Andrews every week?
In PPR, probably, man. Like, no, probably not, because the upside of Andrews is what we saw: 2 catches, 29 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But Musgrave, I feel like he's going to play 80% of the snaps, not the 92 or 94 that Kraft was playing. He's not the explosive player. He's probably a better downfield threat than Kraft is. Kraft is just so elite at yards after the catch. It's such a good blocker. He's on the field all the time. Musgrave is technically out of college, competent, a better receiving tight end than Tucker Kraft. And I'm not trying to speak ill of my boy. I'm just saying, like, there's a world where it's 80% of Tucker Kraft production, which is fine. You're looking at tight end 1.
Yep.
Dom says, I hate Rico. I wouldn't pay him either. We love Rico.
Yeah, the dude's a beast.
Like, I wouldn't necessarily pay him. I wouldn't. He has a 2-year, $7 million contract. They don't have to.
Yeah, keep him.
Yeah, I need to get a Rico clip of him throwing the ball. Thank you, Max. I need to do that. I will do that when I get off here because I love that. I'll throw the ball over that mountain. You're probably too young to see. Have you seen Napoleon Dynamite, Chaz?
I've seen it, but not recently to where I could.
What year were you born, by the way? What year were you born?
04.
Oh yeah, it was out before you were born.
It was.
That was
like
I was a freshman in high school.
Some of my friends, it's their favorite movie. Like they're huge. They're huge fans. But
where would you rank Woody Marks this week? Because Nick Chubb is hurt, so Nick Chubb might not play. Shout out Counter, by the way. What's up, man? Would you rank him top 20 without? Now the matchup's not insane. It's not easy. It's not hard. It's against Jaguars. I think they're at home. They're at home against Jaguars. So no Chubb. You get Woody Marks, pass catcher, running back, 3-down workload. Apparently, we think top 20 for sure.
It's tough. Okay, I would say top 20 just because they're going to have to lean on him this week. With the backup and Mills coming in, I mean, I feel like you're going to have to lean on him, but I'm not going to expect anything from that offense. I really wouldn't expect much from him. But he's still going to be a top 20 play. But I don't think he has that huge upside week that people might think that he's going to get.
Brisk Stream, Rashad White, Woody Marks, or RJ Harvey PPR. It's not because RJ Harvey plays Thursday night. We got to hold out for Rashad White in case Bucky's out, which he probably will be. So, and we talk about Woody Marks. So it's Rashad White if he is if it's Rashad White as a starter, it's Rashad White. If Bucky's back, it's Woody Marks. If Chubb is out, RJ Harvey's last in that totem pole. And even if because it's Thursday night, so you can't fuck with it.
You can't make that decision. You just can't make that decision to start Harvey Thursday night and then Rashad White ends up starting. It's not he should get out of that equation, and then you should have White and Marks, and then if Bucky starts, you start White. Or no, if Bucky doesn't start, you start White. If he does start, you start Marks. That's pretty much where it should be.
We got battles about the Packers and all these guys.
Boy.
I love it.
Yeah, the Packers,
Arsenal. Now we're talking Arsenal.
Oh.
Have Here we go. Essential. What's going on, man? Newest, one of the newest. Mark. What is his name? Mark, newest Patreon member. Shout out Essential. Hey guys, have Tyler Warren, and we'll need to pick up a tight end for week 11. Loveland and Musgrave are available. Who do you guys recommend? I mean, at this point, I think Loveland over Musgrave. It's so tough, man. I like both of them. And at this point, like these could be trade chips for you too, right? It could be trade chips for you too.
Yeah, I mean, especially if Musgrave comes out this week and puts up good numbers, it's something that you could look to move off of. Or if you want to move off, I mean, I wouldn't move off of Warren because Warren's a beast, but yeah, it's definitely a guy that you can move off of to try and tier up in another position.
Dakota says Wally Pipp was replaced by eventual Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig. Not only Hall of Famer, all-timer Lou Gehrig, and also has a disease named after him, which I'm not trying to slander the guy's name, but like, you know, he's a Hall of Famer and you have a disease named after you. That's like two big things. The problem is most people don't know this story, and like I didn't even know it until Story told me. So I think Rico Dowdle is just much more like of a, you know, a recent thing that people will get. You can say you got Rico Dowdle over Wally Pipp. But yeah, thank you, Dakota. That is a good point. You have a very good point there. Broncos Super Bowl champs. I think they're a year early there. Would you agree?
You're good though. I think they're good this year. Honestly, I could see it this year. I could see it, but yeah, I think there's still another offseason away from getting there.
Shout out Unique. What's going on, man? Howdy. I hope all is well. Hurts or Dart this week? I'm going Jalen Hurts. I'm a start your studs guy. Coming off a bye week, like, you know, he hasn't had a tush-push touchdown in a week or two, I don't think. You know that's coming, baby, on a Monday night game, and give me Jalen Hurts. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, especially what you just said, start your studs. I think we're trying to get too matchup cute here in the fact that Dart's playing shitty Chicago, but yeah, and start your studs, especially prime time. You know there's going to be definitely some tush pushes, and the media's going to be all over that. But I mean, yeah, just overall start your studs. Start your studs.
Agreed. Jay says need a tight end this week. Juwan Johnson, Musgrave are likely. So this is the comment I was talking about. I actually like Juwan Johnson this week more than Musgrave. Just because you got the trade of Shaheed, it's still really recent.
Yep.
You got more, you know, he's gonna get 8 targets. And Musgrave, I gotta wait and see. I like Musgrave. If I had to choose rest of season, easy Musgrave. But this current week against the Eagles, especially, good linebacking crew. You know, a lot of good playmakers there. I'm gonna take Johnson over Musgrave. Likely is just more of a wild card, right? That he needs to catch a touchdown.
Yeah, likely is just likely needs a Mandrew's injury to be startable every week. That's pretty much what it is. Unless you pretty much have nobody, but like there's got to be someone on the waiver wire better than that. So yeah, Johnson this week, Musgrave, rest of the season.
Hatcher says, Rob, I like your drip tonight, man. Dig the chain. It's why I wear it. I'm not really an iced out guy. I'm forced to wear this one. But this is my dog Farley. I'm a big Chris Farley fan. It's his ashes. So it's hard to see in the camera, but
rest in peace.
Right there. Dude, I didn't realize my fucking Michael Myers thing fell down. I gotta put this up. Michael Myers, baby.
Oh.
Yeah, so I wear this. I had it on a string, but the string broke. I don't really care about the ice thing. I'm not really that kind of dude, but I appreciate it, Hetzer. Really enjoy the late night streams 7 days a week. By the way, if you're in here, you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? 7 nights a week, 7 different guests. This community. Join the Discord, guys. Get in the Discord. What are you doing if you're not in there? It is 60 people strong right now. It's literally 24 hours a day with good banter, good conversation, good people. Shout out to the Patreon members. Just going to shout them out, put them on the screen because they deserve it, supporting me. Also, not just the Discord, a lot of good perks. You want to play fantasy football with us? You want free merchandise? You want to be a guest on the show? Yeah, multiple fans have been on the show. I give back to my peeps. That's what I want to do. It's a good time, too. It's a good time.
I'm very excited. I love being one on the show, and I'm going to be definitely tuning into Friday night with J Bob and Jason. They're the two guests coming on with the Cowboys and Eagles, so that'll be something
Bucks and Eagles.
Still,
yeah.
I mean, there's still Bucks and Eagles. That's still. I mean, it's not as big as a rivalry, but recently with that playoff loss, so I'm gonna be tuning in to that. I can tell you that much.
We have Jason says, Chaz, answer Blake's question. What was the question?
Ooh, what was yeah, we'd have to.
Oh, I think we missed this one. Okay, it says you skipped over it at the start. My bad. Chaz, you better be going to these Kentucky basketball games this year. We are going far this season. I know you saw that Colin Chandler dunk last night.
That was sick. That was extremely sick. I did not like watching what was it, like 4 points through the first 6 minutes of the game, but after that there was all Kentucky coast from there. We got a bunch of tough opponents early on in the season this year. We have a tough schedule overall, but I'm here for it. It's gonna be an exciting year. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shout out Jason. Diet Mountain Dew is probably the best diet soda. So I hate like Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi are just trash. Most Diet Pops are terrible. What is your favorite diet soda, Chaz? Do you have one?
So I don't really drink like Coke or like any stuff that. The only like carbonated thing that I drink is Sprite. I love Sprite. It's probably my most favorite drink. I drink it all the time other than water. I either go water or Sprite. Yeah, I mean one of those two. I don't venture away from any of those two. So I couldn't get an accurate response on that. But I love Sprite though.
There's two answers. It's Diet Mountain Dew and Diet Dr. Pepper. Diet Dr. Pepper is dope, bro. Love it. Ryan, shout out Ryan. Haven't seen you around in a while. Was offered Manungai for Vidal. Thoughts? Who would you rather have? I know it depends on your build because like Manungai, but they're both kind of temporary options, right? Manungai is probably gonna be more involved than Vidal once the starter comes back.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Once Hampton comes back, Vidal's going to be an afterthought. And yes, Swift is coming back, but I really think Manungai could easily work into that workload. So especially if Swift gets hurt again, we could see Manungai being a for sure RB2 play the rest of the season.
Unique says Pierce or Booty. This is Pierce for sure, and I'll tell you why. Kyle Hamilton's a thing. He will be a thing. Demira Douglas is a thing. I like Booty. Booty's production has just been random in like the touchdowns, right? And they're both tied to pretty good quarterbacks. I think Drake May's better than Danny Dimes, but Alec Pierce is a 90% snap player crushing ass right now.
Yep. That New England receiving core is just like the Bills in the fact that like you don't know who's going to be coming out on top every week. And Booty's kind of like that. Okay, if the big play's there, big touchdown, that's great. Pierce is way more consistent and could give you higher numbers. So
he also has a question. I'm not going to highlight it here because it's way down the list. But Ty Johnson is ahead of Davis, right, for the Bills. If Cook is out, he's projected higher. No, it's Ray Davis, baby, all day. I don't care about projections. Ty Johnson's a third down back. Now, Ty Johnson would probably play 45% of the snaps or even 50-50. Give me the goal line and the short yardage back, and the guy's going to get James Cook's role, which is Ray Davis. I'm very confident about this one.
I'm very confident. Yes, I'm very confident about that too. Just it's gonna be a Ray Davis day if Cook's out.
What's going on, Steve? What sport are we talking about? We're talking about football. We're talking about cereal. We're talking about fucking diet pop. We got all that shit. Should I drop Kenneth Walker for Pierce or Josh Down? So you would drop. I would not drop the running back for the receivers. You hate Kenneth Walker that much?
I don't like the tiny dancer, man. I have no shares. I looked away from him this year.
Where would you have Kenneth Walker ranked rest of the season among running backs, Chaz?
I mean,
Get Raid, baby. Get Dancered. Give me your actual answer.
Can you put him above? Like, can you say?
There he goes. He's out. All right, that's it. That's the last one, I swear. That's the last one, I swear. I love it. My favorite bits, dude.
Oh, boy.
Dude, I'm not dropping him ahead of over Alec Pierce or Josh
Okay,
Downs. Get the hell out of here.
If you have running back depth, like
Trade
go
him.
get Pierce.
He's got name value.
Okay, then trade him and then drop somebody else.
Blake says ever since the Josh Downs dude came on here with those 5 burner accounts and talked up Josh Downs, he's been killing it. That's 100% true. Chase Brown or Jalen Warren rest of the season from Logan. Shout out Logan, Patreon subscriber. Appreciate you.
What would you do here? I don't have a
Chase Brown.
Really?
It's Chase Brown. Yeah, I think it is. I like their offense is going to score so many more points than the Steelers, man.
Okay, yes. You got me there. I mean, it's just so hard because of what I've watched last week. Excuse me, with their running game being abysmal. So I'll lean what Rob said on this one.
Ryan has a good point. So Musgrave was a 2nd-round pick. Kraft was a 3rd-round pick. 34 picks apart. And I'll say this: Kraft has turned into a much better player, better all-around player. Tucker Kraft is George Kittle. Musgrave is much more of the ilk of these receiving tight ends. Colson Loveland is kind of a comp I give. Dalton Kincaid, which is fine. It's fine. He's good. He's fine. So it's not like he's a bum. So he's not going to be what Tucker Kraft was, because Tucker Kraft was playing elite ball. But he is going to be probably in the conversation for top 12. And I think he has a lot of upside. The problem is they have Fitzpatrick there. Will they give him the same love that Kraft had and get it? Same love, Jordan Love. But we like Jordan. We love Musgrave, man. I watched his film last night before I used him. I used some waiver claims, not a lot, and then I picked him up in like 5 or 6 leagues. So I have like 7 shares of Musgrave now. Again, I had 1 million shares of fucking Kraft. And I was pretty encouraged. And not his college film. I watched his NFL film for his rookie year, because he was actually the leader there his rookie year, and then Kraft took over last year. We like him, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I like him, and I would love to see what's going on Monday night.
Mark says Monungai a flex option this week. Also, if you think he plays, he's questionable. I don't think Swift plays. I'm gonna grab a beer. What do you think your chances that Swift plays, and what is your rank on Monungai in general? Like, let's just assume Swift plays. What do you think the snap share would be with Monungai and Swift? Now, obviously, kind of a dinged up Swift.
A dinged up Swift. I'm gonna go 60-40 for Monungai, like favoring Monungai. I really liked what I saw from Monungai last week, and I think the coaching staff is gonna see that. And especially since it's a rookie running back, and we're gonna try and work him in more, I could see him being a potential Bears running back for the future. I mean, he looked good. I went to the game in person. That was an insane game to see in person. But I could definitely see Monungai getting more work as the year moves forward. So a healthy Swift this week. And in the future, I could see 60-40 this week, and then maybe 50-50 after that. But I could also see Monungai taking over if he just looks better than Swift rest of the season.
Jay Moore, favorite cereal, real quick. What's your favorite cereal, all-time cereal?
Give me probably Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ah, you would like that. I can't
Cinnamon
name one.
Toast
I love
Crunch?
all cereal. I'm a big milk fan.
No,
I like Raisin Bran Crunch. I like the kind of a healthier shit. It's not really that healthy, but it's healthier, right?
What you can't name cereals like Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops?
Oh, Frosted Flakes.
Yeah,
I like
stuff,
Fruit Loops.
yeah.
I like Lucky Charms. I like Special K berries. Like, I like a lot of shit. So
You just
I
don't
eat
gotta
cereal
go
all the
to.
fucking time. All the time. Recently, it's been Raisin Bran Crunch. Adam says, I've got Swift and Monungai. Someone dropped Aaron Jones. Should I drop one? I mean, no, because you want that backfield, but I want Aaron Jones because Jordan Mason just blows. Like, he blows.
Yeah.
He's been terrible.
I would try and drop somebody else if you could. I mean, I know it's obvious to say that, but if you really can, I want to keep that Bears backfield for the future moving forward.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I can only keep one. Sharp, Harvey, or Tracy.
Sharp.
Dude.
I know you're not
depends.
liking
If you need a
Sharp
playable
because
guy,
of what
Tracy's the more
plays.
playable guy. Tracy's the more playable guy, for sure.
I'm a Sharp fan here. I'm not a Tiny Dancer guy.
It depends what you need, right? If you need a playable guy in PPR, The near future is Tracy. If you need the elite league winner with an injury, it's Charbonnet. And if you want the guy that's an X factor that could go into the every down role and just crush, it's Harvey. He needs an injury or an overtaking of the starter. That's how I rank those guys. Glad to have you, Alex. Stafford or Knicks rest of season? Probably Matt Stafford, man. It's great.
Yeah, Stafford's been playing at an MVP level. I just traded for him in one of my leagues, and I'm very, very happy to do so. So Stafford easily.
Seahawks do Kenneth Walker dirty, make him go down and field all day in the red zone. They put Charbonnet in. That is very true. And also they just don't give him enough carries. So, like, I think the rest of the season, though, they're going to give more carries to the running backs there because they have a great defense, and I don't know why they're throwing the ball so much. Maybe it's because Sam Darnold's a GOAT. What do you think, Chaz?
He's
That's the last one, I swear.
I need to watch myself, Rob. I need to watch myself.
Well, when Kenneth Walker gets brought up, you're going to get Raid and get Tiny Dancer.
I just keep on getting trolled right now.
So he says, you guys might be a little bummed out about Friday night. Open Friday, open Saturday. When I get off work, Friday, taking a solid nap for the stream. Going to be slamming some diet sodas. That's fine, man. Like you're same with me. I don't need a drink on the show. I'm, you know how I am, Chaz. I'm the same way when I'm drinking, when I'm not drinking. Coffee, whatever.
I drink water. Don't worry about it, man.
Would you rather start DeMarcado or Rashad White or Singletary? It's Rashad White if there's no Bucky Irving. Let's just say Bucky Irving comes back. It might still be Rashad White because they're not going to give him full fucking workload. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, what's the max amount of snap percentage that they can give Bucky if he comes back and he's still a little banged up? I mean, it can't be that much, you know. So I would still lean White in that situation.
Need a quarterback rest of the season. Caleb Williams, Jackson Dart, or Sam Darnold. Really good options, man. I would probably grab two of them, play matchups. Now, who are the two we're grabbing? I love Caleb. Man, I love all these guys. How would you rank these? I don't even know how to rank.
Okay. It's all about what your league setting is. Are you 4-point passing, 6-point passing? Because if you're 6-point passing, you got to go. Okay, 4-point. I'm going to go Dart and Darnold. I'm going to go the two Ds there.
And a 6 is Darnold for sure.
And a 6 is Darnold and Williams. That's what I would do.
Yeah, so I think we can say 4-point. We're going to go 4. We're going to go Dart. 6. We're going to go Darnold, and Caleb's kind of just in the middle on both. Is that fair?
Yeah. Well, yeah. 6 is definitely Darnold easily like 1. I'm just saying of like pick 2.
Jason said he will slam a beer every super chat goal is met. I love that. The thing is, Jason will slam a beer for no reason, but he's got to open on Sunday. So, yeah, I want to keep you, kind of healthy. You know what I mean? Hetzer says Bucky Irving isn't playing. It doesn't look like he is, but you never know. Also, Todd Bowles, who fucking knows? Do you think A.J. Brown plays this week? Do you say 75 to 80% or even higher?
Yeah, I mean, I really think he's going to play this week. They're going to need him this week, so he's coming back. But it's not. Do you think? For sure.
Are you worried about Breece Hall's usage? What would you think it changes at all with? I mean, the no trade, he wants a trade, the tweets he had, all that kind of shit. Do you think it changes? Again, they're coming off a bye, so he whatever injury, minor injuries he had, he's healthy now. So.
I think, what do you think? I mean, it was insane watching him like tweeting and then deleting stuff yesterday, but I think it's going to be, he's trying to play for a contract. So it's going to look bad on him if he tries to, wants to bail out or have some fake injuries or just, I mean, I feel like the coaching staff, everyone's still going to want to use him. So I mean, I'm fine with Breece all the rest of the season. It's just tough that he stayed. It's a tricky situation, but I still like Breece all the rest of the season.
Logan, do you guys think Rome is still a top 20 wide receiver rest of the season after last week? It's actually the last 4 weeks. It's been kind of inconsistent, but last week, goose egg in a game they scored 40 points, which is just crazy. It's one thing if a guy scores 0 and a team scores 3 points. Like that was an offensive bonanza. That was a circus game. He still has faith that he's going to be elite. Wanted to see what you guys think. What do you think, man? Top 20. That's a mid-range wide receiver too.
I want to say top 20 because yes, I'm a DJ Moore fan and I love DJ Moore and I want him getting more and more production. But Rome is going to be our guy for now and the future. So it is kind of concerning that your wide receiver 1 is getting 0 points. But then again, he had those drops, so it's something that you can look into. But I would say that might be he's going to be like right around 20. I think that's where you leans the rest of the season.
Yeah,
maybe 24.
Yeah, I got Boomer Bust back end
Honey
wide
Nut
receiver too.
Cheerios.
Yeah, I love Honey Nut Cheerios. Jonathan says if
I
you're
like
ever
that
in
choice.
Vegas, we got to hit up the links. Jonathan, I've been to Vegas about 14 times. My parents live in Kingman, Arizona, which is 2 hours away. That's where I fly in. Haven't seen them in the last couple of years. Haven't gone out there to see them because I got dogs and shit and a wife. But yeah, dude, definitely would love to do that, Jonathan. Jonathan, get your ass in the Discord. That's an order. Get in the Discord, Jonathan. Joel, you guys are crazy thinking that a rookie running back is ever going to take over Swift's position by the end of the year. Dude, no, I'm not that crazy because they don't like Swift. Like we're Bears fans, and
Ben Johnson got
50-50.
off of Swift at Detroit. Ben Johnson got off of Swift, and yes, I mean it's pretty obvious when you can go get Montgomery and Gibbs, but we've seen him move off of Swift once, and with how good Monangai looked, I could easily see him wanting to get Monangai in there more. He looks
yeah,
better.
he's not gonna take his job. We're not saying he's gonna take his job and Swift's gonna be a 20% snap player. It'll be a 60-40. It'll be 55% Swift, 45% Monangai. And the problem is who's getting the goal line carries. It's not Swift. It would be Monangai. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's not great. It's not great. I'm a Swift owner in a couple spots.
That's
definitely
where we
panicked.
take advantage of an owner who doesn't think that Swift could get his job stolen, right?
100%. Because we see, dude. Did anyone think that Chuba Hubbard would get his job stolen from Rico Dowdle? Contracts alone, no, you wouldn't, and it just happened. So dynasty half PPR, and the thing is, Ben Johnson's that guy's a no nonsense psycho. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about sideline reporters, his players. He's going to do what is best for his team. And I do appreciate that about Ben Johnson. He learned a lot from Dan Campbell, clearly.
Yep.
Apparently, Aaron Glenn did not learn those same things. Aaron Glenn's a softy, terrible head coach. I didn't like that hire. I didn't think he's that good of a defensive coordinator. I mean,
yeah, I thought it was more so of how good Detroit was defensively. I mean, yes, I think he's a good defensive coordinator. I just don't know if he's a good coach.
Well, Chaz, their defense wasn't even good. They were just so banged up that it's because they were middle of the pack. It was like, well, they have no one playing in the middle of the pack. Like, I don't know. Again, don't hire defensive coaches. Like, it's not a good idea. There's not many of them that are good.
Yeah.
Because any offensive hire you have that does well, they're just going to get pillaged to take a head coaching job, and you have to keep on having the carousel. Liam Cohen, those situations. Dynasty half PPR, tight end premium. I'm throwing this year. I'm trading Judkins, Blake Corum, and Darnell Washington for Kraft, a 27 first and 2/3.
I actually like that because tasty, so Judkins is tasty, but if he's throwing this year, that means he doesn't have a good team. And I'm telling you, and I've been playing Dynasty for the last 4 years. I've learned a lot of great things. You don't want good running backs when if your team is not there to compete, you don't need a young running back. And I think this is great. You're pivoting off. You're getting a young tight end that you can start in the future, start next year and on. And you're also going to get a first round and 2/3. The thirds don't really matter to me, but that 2027 first I love. I like this move completely, especially in a tight end premium too.
Hetra says Jamison Williams best game of the year incoming against Washington, 2 TDs and 100 plus receiving yards. Am I crazy? I think they're going to score 40 plus points against Washington this week because what do we know about the Lions? What do they do? You saw that week 2 after that loss they had against the Packers. They scored 52 against the Bears, correct? And they were throwing in the fourth quarter up 30 points.
It's
so
kind of BS, but
bet the props on the Lions. The Commanders are dead, and their spirit's broken. They're not even a good team anymore. And this is gonna be a blood fucking bath. Like, what's the line in that game? Is it like fucking 14 points? I mean, it fucking better be. I swear a lot.
It should be double digit, or it should be 2 touchdown more. That's what it should be.
We currently have Lions -8 on the road at the Commanders. I think I want to bet that. I don't bet a lot of Lions, but that seems juicy, bro.
-8?
Yeah, on the road. Monty or Aaron Jones have PPR. It's Monty, baby. We just talked about it. There's so many touchdowns to go around there. So
yeah,
we got Zigzag in here. What up, Zigzag? Wouldn't miss this Friday show for the world. Going to be a little pissed, not slamming beers. We'll be slamming diets and need clarification. I'm not allowed to smoke. You can just go off screen and smoke every 30 minutes, Jason. Again, YouTube is just janky. I don't want to mess with any of their stuff like this. It's weird. Like, I don't think it's a big issue, but again, I'm trying to avoid it personally, and that's why I use these guys right here. Even though I talk about it, but at least visually, it's not there. And Jay Moore says, "What's the Tiny Dancer song called?" It's Tiny Dancer by Elton John, and we love that song. We love it. We love it, and also we love the Tiny Dancer. Lakers versus Spurs game is wild. I'm pissed off about that. I got to take a break on the NBA, man. I had a 22-4 start on props, and I've gone like 6-10 since then, which still a great year. But I'm losing games I'm losing these props by like 1, like PRAs by 1, and it's just rough. So I got to stick to NFL for now. Drock Monungai for Bigsby. No, I want Monungai over Bigsby all day.
Yep.
Unique. Cook's not playing, bro. Just think about this. They're playing the Dolphins. And if he's hurt, you don't need James Cook to beat the Dolphins. You don't even need Josh Allen. I think they'd beat the Dolphins without Josh Allen. Honestly, I really do. That's a hot take, but they definitely could beat him without James Cook.
Nah, I mean, well, isn't there backups? Who's their backup? Trubisky still?
Mitch Trubisky, baby. Yeah. And
yes,
the track record of these progressive backup quarterback commercial guys is not looking good with Mitch is one of those guys. The new one's Mitch. It's a pretty good one. Ordering the fast food. Fucking great.
Yes. I love the commercials.
They're fucking great, dude. Tommy DeVito's in there. CK, my London for Stafford and Chase Brown. I won't do that. London's too good to trade.
Yeah,
I don't care about Stafford.
London this year has the high, he has a ceiling same as Puka Nacua, I think. That's how good. Okay, maybe obviously consistency wise not as good as Puka Nacua, but I think ceiling wise same as in that top tier wide receivers. So you could definitely get more, in my opinion.
I'm not even thinking about trading Drake London because I feel like he's still on the ascent. He's finally healthy now. He's had multiple injuries this year. He's finally healthy. How are we thinking Pickens after this bye? Does he turn it up? I think the offense will turn it up in general. Right?
Yeah, I mean, the guy, even with CD coming back, he's still getting 14, 15 points a game, which is still more than what you drafted him for, right? Obviously, you had those spike weeks when CD was out. He was the wide receiver 1. He's still the wide receiver, 5 on the year. I think the touchdowns will come, and I think the offense just has to continue trying to be as explosive as it can be. I think Pickens is going to be great after the bye. Or at least
they haven't had any explosive plays the last few weeks. That will come. Dak Prescott's a chucker, man. And, I guess you could say their defense has improved. I got to see it first. Unique says, I believe you. Davis is a better player than Ty, but reading the descriptions on ESPN Fantasy, here's the problem. ESPN does not know shit. No
plays in ESPN.
Persons are terrible. I play in a couple.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it. I like
that a while ago.
But yeah. And I'll tell you this. We've been wrong on this a lot this year in the community. Everyone was saying Haskins over Vidal, right? And that was a total X factor, wild card. Because we're looking at running back 3 and 4 in that case. We had the track record. Ray Davis had multiple. It was a 17 touch game and a 23 touch game in the 2 games that James Cook missed last year. And Ty Johnson was on that team, and he stays in the same role. Now Ty Johnson will be more involved than he usually is, which might be 30% of the snaps, maybe 40% of the snaps. Majority snap share is going to go to Ray Davis. Early down work is going to go to Ray Davis, and goal line work is going to Ray Davis. And we're talking about the Miami Dolphins. They are so vulnerable on the ground, man. They're
so vulnerable.
They might as well be taking the date rape drug, right? And they're just trying to fucking tackle people, but they're all fucking woozy, dude. Bill Cosby came in their locker room and gave them all fucking beverages, their favorite diet soda, if you will. And yeah, they're all just zombies out there.
Yep.
So give me Ray Davis. Yes, definitely Ray Davis. I hate projections too, and the problem is we get into all these things, that projections and like it's a guy. You know what projections I use if I'm going to go that route? I go to DraftKings, I go to FanDuel, I look at yards, I look at catches, I look at touchdowns, anytime touchdown score, and I could pair those together and make my own projections because Vegas knows much more than ESPN. They need to hire me because their projections suck. They're terrible. It's awful. Like they don't update them based on injuries. It's just like they're just really wacky. Like I just don't know. And we're all guilty of it. It's easy to do it though, right? Because it's like, oh, this guy's projected higher. I do like look at it a little bit, but it's not ever a deciding factor for me.
You know, I actually have I don't like asking my own questions on the show, but I do have something this week. So
what do you got?
Okay, I'm starting. So I need 2 spots to fill. I have DJ Moore, Wandale Robinson, who I currently have in this week, who I'm starting, but I also have Montgomery, and I also have Dobbs and QJ. What would you lean there? So I have one wide receiver one wide receiver spot and a flex spot. Currently, I'm using it for DJ Moore and Wandale Robinson, but we have Montgomery, Dobbs, and QJ as the other.
Is
3
it
guys
full PPR?
Full PPR. It's full PPR.
It's half. It's Montgomery for sure.
It's full PPR for wide receivers, and it's half PPR for running backs. So that's why I don't like starting running backs in my flex normally.
I think I'm going David Montgomery or Wandale Robinson. He's gonna score a touchdown this week. Like it's just almost guaranteed. Okay. Right?
I think so. I think so, but it's just hard with Wandale being that wide receiver 1 there in a crappy Chicago defense.
Would it surprise you though if that Bears game was like 21-17? You know what I mean? Like because they both had some pretty high scoring games.
Yeah.
And like would it surprise you if the Lions only scored 24 points?
I wouldn't be surprised actually. Now,
really?
So are you? No, wait, hold on. What was the question again? What was the question?
I said, would you be surprised if the Lions only put up 24 points against the Commanders?
Oh no. I thought you were talking about like the same short scoring week for Giants Bears. I think
right.
Lions are going to put up
probably
45
likely.
on them.
Right, and if they don't put up that many points, like their defense, like I feel like the game script's gonna be good for Montgomery. And I know this is probably a Gibbs week. I literally just bet on Gibbs yards before this, 70.5 rushing yards. I love that total. That's super low. But I feel like Montgomery is gonna get, he's gonna get to work. There's gonna be a lot of work to go around, is what I'm saying. There's gonna be a lot of touchdowns to go around. Give me David Montgomery. I feel like that's a safe and upside play. Wandale is fine, but like, is he going to get the end zone?
And then you're keeping DJ Moore in that wide receiver slot?
I think so. Rome's a little beat up right now, too. And Luther Burden, I mean, I don't know. I like DJ Moore. I love DJ Moore.
I'd love to hear the comments. I'm going to look through the comments on that.
Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Caleb or Hurts this week? 6 for passing touchdown does help Caleb, but I'm going Jalen Hurts. Right?
All right. I mean... we are a star studs guy, but I could easily go Caleb there.
Well, Hetzker, the Michael Carter and DeMarcado thing is also tied to Jonathan Gannon, who has Down syndrome, who is just literally just an idiot. So, and those guys all suck. Ray Davis is a good player. Ty Johnson's a good player, but Ray Davis is an early down, like he's a 3-down back. Let's be honest. Ray Davis is a fucking fine receiver for his size. And
he was
they drafted him for a reason.
Kentucky.
Right. He was a 3rd-round pick? Is that right? A 4th-round pick? 3rd-round pick to the Bills?
I think it was a 3rd.
Yeah, it wasn't like a 5th-round pick. Like it
wasn't that.
3rd-round pick's pretty high draft capital for a running back these days. Devin Neal. We like Devin Neal out of Kansas. I like his player profile. The only reason he fell in the draft is because he ran like a 4.55 40, which, Bucky Irving's also one of those guys that fell in the draft because he ran a 4.6. And how good has Bucky Irving looked when he's been playing? So I'm not saying Devin Neal's Bucky Irving by any stretch, but Devin Neal's fine. He needs an injury. He's going to get some work, but also, do you really want to start, unless Kamara's out, do you really want to start like a 50-50 timeshare guy on the fucking Saints with Taysom Hill in the fold? Like, that's just 3-way. No. That's a 3-way.
No. And Ray Davis was a 4th-round pick. I don't know. But still, that's still pretty high.
Yeah, Blake says Dubs is so due for a touchdown. That is very true. He is.
It is.
Always
And
his
now
first
it's like
read
he's
there.
that one there. Loves that
Well,
first
now you
play.
have no
Yep.
Tucker Kraft, which is he's the number one red zone target. But yeah, they're gonna play pissed. Dan Campbell has no mercy, which I respect. Fuck these teams. If you don't like it,
For
stop
fantasy,
us. Fucking stop us, right?
Yep. It's great as fantasy owners of Lions players.
Yeah, Gibbs isn't a great blocker, but Gibbs is still the guy there. Let's not
He's a
go
CMC
crazy
level
here.
type player, in my opinion. So,
David, non-PPR, it's definitely Alec Pierce. In full PPR, it might still be Alec Pierce, but non-PPR, we're going Alec Pierce over Parker Washington, all day long, right?
Yeah, especially with
full PPR. No, this week full PPR. I can see Parker Washington, dude. He had fucking 7 catches last week. He also had 2 catches called back from a legal motion.
Did he?
So he should have had 9 catches. Yeah, 9 catches he should have had last week.
Oh boy, I did not see that then. But the rest of the season managers.
What about Downs or Parker Washington non-PPR? Is this Parker Washington?
Yes, this is where we go Parker Washington. I'm not going to go that deep in the I'm not going to go that deep in the depth chart. Give me Parker Washington. He's still going to be the one there, at least this week.
Yeah. Oh, we caught up to the chat. Look at that. 2 hours and 21 minutes to catch up to the chat. We did it. We did it, Chaz. We did it. So I'll hang around for a couple of minutes. Chaz, if you want to take off, I'm sure you got some stuff to do. I'll hang out for another 20 minutes or so and then get everyone's last questions. But
thank you.
Appreciate you as always
for having me on again. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all the questions. I know we answered a lot today. Remember to subscribe to Professional Fanatics. Every day he's streaming. He's every night. I know I come on here only Wednesday nights, but this guy's grinding, and I'm happy to see him grow, and I'm happy to see him. I'm happy to be on the show as well. So thank you for having me, Rob. It's a pleasure. I always enjoy my time on here. Thank you, guys. I will see you guys next week.
Damn straight. Chaz, also, you got some vacation time coming up from school. I get you on twice a week, maybe. Another day.
Maybe.
Because people love you. People love
Thanksgiving week, when I'm on, come on.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Chaz. I'll talk to you soon, man. Thank you. All right. We got Jonathan saying, I signed up for the $5 membership. I will send you an email after the show, Jonathan. I will send you an email with the link after the show, and you'll be good to join. And welcome, bro. Appreciate you. You will not be disappointed because it's a community unlike any other, right? I see it here. Meet Jonathan winning. Thanks, bro. Chaz, again, thank you, Chaz. Let's give Chaz a round of applause. What a nice young man. He knows ball, bro. He knows he's a big dynasty player. So he has kind of that edge that I don't have. I played dynasty a couple times. Not a big dynasty guy. That's why I like different people on this show. They have different different understanding of fantasy. Bates or Lutz this week. Lutz is sick right now, David. So apparently he's got an illness. But if it wasn't for that and he's playing, it's Lutz because, man, Bates has such a good matchup. But they don't kick field goals there in Detroit. Unless it's the end of the half or a 4th and 12, they literally go for every 4th down. So, GT, thank you. And you know what, GT? That gets us to our goal. Fuck, we're one away from our goal. But if no one else gives me one, I'll do a check for that one because you're the man, GT. Sharps, Gatson, Alec Pierce, or Loveland in the flex. Man, I think it's Gatson. I've not been the highest guy on Gatson in the world compared to most of the community. I might take an L on that one. It's Gatson until further notice. He's playing more snaps than the wide receivers. Looks great. Like the matchup. It's Gatson. For sure. Give me that one. Again, I'll admit when I'm wrong, and I think I was wrong at Gatson. 10-team standard, loaded at running back, weak at wide receiver 2 with Tet and JJ. Trade Brees for Waddle. Weak at wide receiver, he has Tet and JJ. I could see that, man. I could see that one. Try to get a little bit more. Try to do a 2 for 2. Trade your worst bench piece, Z, for his third worst. Try to get a good handcuff running back or something along with Waddle because he's getting the running back. Convince him that you're getting the running back, man. And Brees Hall, I believe, is running back 9 in fantasy in PPR, and he's had his bye. So try to get that done. It's 10 teams, though. So I see what you're doing there. Why not? You probably have amazing running backs. So try to get more, and if not, just take the trade. He's going to get a lot of extra points, Hetzer. I mean, that's for sure. Chaz is a great guy, man. I loved working with him. I told you, the first time I met Chaz, to be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan. Not that it was like a bad dude. He was just like came off as annoying because he was also like 18 and I was the boss, and it was just like he was just always talking and like I'm a guy that talks and talks, but I'm the boss. So it took me a couple weeks, and then I like warmed to him, and then I'm like, I love Chaz. He's fucking great. Had great football conversation. Just a great dude. God, Nick Folk's been a stud. He has been a stud. You can see them kicking a lot of field goals there against Cleveland. I really like Myers this week, and I will say, who's the other guy I like? I picked up. I stream kicker like crazy. It's been a bad year for me streaming kickers. Usually I'm a stud with that shit. This year's been rough. I literally pick up a guy who sucks, I drop him, and he goes off. It's been a rough run, and you get in that cycle, and you just always are behind the 8-ball. The kicker for Carolina, the fuck's his name? See, that's the problem. Fitzgerald. Now, he's not a great kicker. He's 14-16, though, and he hit the game winner last week. Maybe give him some confidence. He has a 57-yard long. He's a rookie, I think, or second-year player. Love him this week against the Saints. Saints are just rough, and I feel like some short fields there. Give me that guy as a streaming kicker. Tight end to eat on Pittsburgh. Gatson should go off again. 0.08 pass per pass yard, 6 for passing touchdown. Who did I pick up? Scraping the bottom of the barrel. Penix, Rodgers were said. I like Penix, man. Give me Penix this week. Like the matchup. Penix, London's healthy, so this is a pocket passing thing. They're at Indy, man, in a dome. I think Indy bounces back offensively, which is going to lead Drake London and Michael Penix to have to fucking really go off. So, yeah, give me Penix. I could see Rodgers, but Rodgers is not throwing the ball down the field at all. They are dinking and dunking their way down the goddamn field. So, I think I'm going Penix, and I'm doing that. I'm starting Penix in a few spots on my Mahomes teams. Kickers are tough, man, and I've been just wrong. Like I like to do the matchups where it's like against the Saints. I've started the last 5 weeks, 3 kickers against the Saints, and they end up scoring 5 touchdowns and kicking 1 field goal. You get the 5 extra points, they score 8. But that's a nice baseline. You're going to get the extra points. All you need is a couple 50-yarder and a 30-yarder. With the extra points, you're looking at 14. That's what we want. I had McLaughlin on bye, dropped him for the bye week. I hate having to do that. GT, Flex, Harvey, Quentin. Thank you again, GT. You're the dude. Here it is. This is the one here. I'm going to chug this one up. Flex, Harvey, Quentin Johnson, Brian Thomas, or Garrett Wilson. It's not Harvey. And also, you can't start Harvey because he's got a lot of questionable tags here. Brian Thomas and Garrett Wilson are questionable. So I think you just don't start Harvey on Thursday night. Now you got to roll with either Quentin Johnston, Brian Thomas, or Garrett Wilson. You wait for the reports. And if there's positive reports, full go for Brian Thomas, full go for Garrett Wilson. You start them. If not, Quentin Johnston's a fine start. Because, Harvey is inconsistent. He doesn't get enough touches. So I'm going with GT, you're in the Discord, so once Thursday night's over, you're gonna have those 3 options. We'll figure it out then based on reports. So I definitely am not gonna roll out Harvey, and then you have Brian Thomas with a full go as the number 1 receiver there in Jacksonville in a solid matchup, or you have Garrett Wilson, tough matchup in Cleveland, but Garrett Wilson's still Garrett Wilson. So I'm not starting Harvey and then leaving those guys on the bench. I would also rather just start Quentin Johnson than Harvey. Devious. I also have Drake London and Bijan Robinson. And just to clarify, it's not Indy, it's in Germany. Oh, good call. Thank you. Damn. So maybe that changes things. Fuck. That's a good call. It is the fucking morning game. God, these fucking European games. God damn it. No, I don't like that. So that might change things a bit with Penix. I got to think about that. Now. Thank you. That's why I love this show. See, I learned shit as well. So McLaughlin and Boswell are my favorite kickers. Boswell's a fucking dog, bro. Is Pearsall and the Niners doing a weekend at Bernie's? Yeah, dude. He is the reports, they haven't said much about him. I'm gonna pound this one up here. I'm gonna play a little clip for you guys why I do this or why I get this ready. I gotta fill it up. Here we go. I love this one.
Excuse me, sir. This is private property. What are you doing?
Just taking it all in.
You're staring at my daughter's bedroom.
She's really grown into her body. This is gonna be a fun summer for her.
Just taking it all in, boys. Just taking it all in. Pearsall is almost a drop for me. I have Pearsall in 3 or 4 spots. Super disappointing about that. He looked great, too. He might be just one of those guys that's injury prone. He's small. He plays hard. Like he plays like Puka, but he's like 30 pounds less. Gamer, trade London and Judkins for Bowers, Waddle, and Genty. I don't like getting 2 Raiders, but damn. Genty and Judkins. I'd rather have Judkins, but it's close. It's probably a wash. So take that out. It's London for Bowers and Waddle. Yeah, I want that. Only time I probably wouldn't do that if it was a 10-team league, maybe. 12-team league for sure, smash that trade. Harvey's okay. I mean, I like the matchup. I just don't like the usage, so. My opponent starting QJ and Ladd. Thoughts? I don't like that. That's not enough. Like, that's not enough firepower there. And Gatson and Keenan Allen are there. Badal. So maybe David Montgomery can make up some points for me this week if Harvey sucks. And what are your other options, man? Best IRA pickup, not Trey Benson. I don't want anything to do with Brandon Ayuk, man. And I don't even know the answer to that, but I know the answer is not Brandon Ayuk. I don't want anything to do with that. TM, should I trade Kincaid for Bucky to a good team that needs a tight end? I have Ferguson as my tight end. Trade Kincaid for Bucky. Well, yeah, dude. Trade Kincaid right now. He's the best trade high ever. He's barely playing a lot of snaps. He's catching touchdowns, having a great season. I like Kincaid, but I mean, Ferguson versus Kincaid is close. And I think Kincaid's value is higher, and they're close to me. So I would definitely do that. I don't think you're going to get Bucky for him, but if you could. Mr. Wonderful, we don't know if BTJ is playing. We didn't know he was going to play last week, and he played. Now, he did suffer another injury. Who knows? Lost season for Brian Thomas. One of my hardest fades, man. And unfortunately for me, 36 leagues. I have 25 leagues. My wife has 16 leagues. And I took Brian Thomas in 0 leagues. Best ball, I have like a 1% exposure to Brian Thomas. And I did 400 best ball drafts. So that was like, I had him ranked at wide receiver 19 or some shit. Like 0 chance I'd ever get him. And I just traded for him though. I traded Chase Brown for him prior to last week in a full PPR, where I have CMC, Bijan, and I have the best running backs ever. CMC, Bijan, and Jonathan Taylor. And I can start 4 running backs. So Chase Brown was my 4th, but I needed a wide receiver. I needed, like, my wide receivers have been decimated. I took Terry McLaurin and Mike Evans. I thought it was a good trade, and then I got kind of cursed with that one. I still do trust in Brian Thomas a little bit the rest of the year. Either way, lost year. I have Bucky Irving, but 99% chance he doesn't play. I wouldn't say 99% chance. It doesn't look good. Rashad White is going to be a smash this week, though, because he's been struggling. I do still like Rashad White. I'm going to pound this one up for the last chug. We met our goal, and then I'll answer a couple more questions. And, I will add another goal in there. If we can meet this in the next 20 minutes, I will stay on for another 20 minutes. Otherwise, we're at 2:30. 3 hours is like the longer ones. Actually, 3 hours is kind of the average ones. I'm a psycho. I picked up Penix. Basically, every single throw will be double points because he only targets Robinson in London. Damn straight. That's what happens, Devious. It's I love the narrow target tree that they have there. That the Rams have kind of a similar thing, right? It's just the 2 receivers and then Kyron maybe. They're going down smooth now. My running backs are Harvey, Bucky Irving, and David Montgomery. You're starting Montgomery for sure. Yeah, if you got to pick up someone, try to get. Is Ray Davis available, Hetzer? He does have a rough schedule, but dude, the Cowboys' offense is good. He's good. You can start Gainwell, but I'm not starting Gainwell over Harvey, so I'm not doing that. I've got Bowers, but if you wanted to wait and get a report on Bucky just in case he plays before you start Harvey, you could just roll with Gainwell. I don't see a big drop off from Gainwell to Harvey. I've got Bowers, Fannin, and Gatson. Trade Gatson for Marvin Harrison, 100%. Marvin Harrison looks like that dude again, man. So I'm definitely doing that trade. Like in general, Gatson means nothing to you. You have Bowers, and Fannin's fine. Like Gatson means nothing to you. Get a wide receiver. Wide receivers are Nico, Diggs, Jameson, and Alec Pierce. So I'm okay, I guess, there. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the best team in the world, Hetzer, but keep grinding, man. And who knows, man? I've had a lot of really bad teams win fucking championships. I've had a lot of really good teams lose in the first round. Or you get the bye, you go in the semifinals, you're projected to win by 30. Again, projections suck, and you fucking lose by 20. So yeah, I'm never too worried about the talent. It's about stacking your bench with guys that could win the league for you, especially when you have kind of a softer team, not a super big, awesome, like big name team. It's huge to have those guys like Algier, Ray Davis now, guys like that can actually fucking start for you and be RB1s. Oh, Damn straight. You're 6-3. Hey-o. Rest of season, GT. Man, that's a really tough one. It's probably Harvey. If you're talking about like who I want for the fantasy playoffs, but like it might just be Dobbins all year. Like it's hard for me to say they're going to go off Dobbins or winning, but Harvey looks good. So I'm going to say Harvey. Rashad White's a playable handcuff and currently the starter. So Goddard and Kelsey. You could look to move one of those, man. Look to move Kelsey or Goddard. I would probably trade Kelsey. His stock's higher. Love you, Blake. Thanks, man. I'm not doing too much longer anyway, so you're not gonna miss too much. You're missing the drunk solo show here, but thank you, man. You lasted 2 hours and 35 minutes. It's pretty goddamn long. Don't have a backup tight end. Drop Harvey for Musgrave or Loveland. I mean, if it's a backup tight end, is it just for a backup? Because if you don't need to start him, then don't. Keep Harvey. My choice would probably be Loveland. Just, Hetzer, you got to try to identify the team that needs a tight end most, you know? Again, it's not about who you buy. It's about got to find the team that needs a tight end. You're going to get the most from them, from that team. That's all that matters. You'll get something. You'll get an asset back because at this point, he's sitting on your bench. And Goddard's already had his bye. Kelsey's having his bye this week. You'll be, after this week, you're clear. You have two guys that have no buys. And they're clearly not bye. That was a Dave Chappelle attempt at the joke. Terrible. All right. I think this is it for me, gentlemen. 2 hours, 36 minutes. Any other last questions I will answer before I take off. But tomorrow night we'll be doing the recap show. Mr. Wonderful, I don't think he's playing, man. And here's my reasoning. High ankle sprain / foot injury, not good. We've seen that go really wrong. And then they're playing the Dolphins this week. The Dolphins, you don't need James Cook to beat the Dolphins. So sit him down for a week or two, at least this week. So I'm definitely thinking that he's not playing. And it seems rough if you're a Cook owner and we don't know the starter. I think it's Ray Davis. I want to start Ray Davis where I can and pick him up where you can because Ray Davis is fine. No problem. Again, anyone in here that's not subscribed to the channel, please do that. If you want to join the Patreon, get in the Discord chat. We have about 60 of these loyal cult followers in here. It's been going about a month and a half, 2 months now, maybe 3 months, whatever. However long it's been. Get in the chat, man. Get the Patreon. Support me. Also, awesome perks on there, too. Free merchandise. Play fantasy leagues with us. You want to be a guest in the show, that's the higher up tier. But there's a lot of good stuff I'm helping people out with. You help me out, I help you out. This show is not stopping 7 nights a week during the football season. Probably at least 5 nights a week when the football season's gone. Who knows? Maybe still 7 nights a week. You know, I don't stop on this shit. So you guys are the shit. And what's up? I appreciate every one of you guys. Jonathan, I'll be sending you an email here shortly. Appreciate you joining the Patreon. You'll be in the Discord, and I appreciate that. Everyone else, love it. Is this it? My team is 14-team league. Dude, that should make your tight ends more valuable, Hetzer. If it's a 14-teamer, someone needs a tight end, man. And yeah, I don't think Swift is 50-50. We don't know. It doesn't seem positive for him. But all right, I'm out of here. Again, I'll send you an email, Jonathan. Appreciate you. Everyone else, awesome comments. Positivity, love it. Love your life. Stay positive. And just let's make some money on football here. Let's love it. Let's kill it. Peace, boys.